balls on my court. I'm trying to ball out like Mike Jordan in the fourth. Shit, I get lit up like the fourth. I was just a little nigga jumping off that porch. Back then when niggas stay with that flamer, you got a torch. You was more than a big timer if you had a Porsche. I was steady sending kites to niggas up north. Remember it was swag, now niggas be dripping sauce. Niggas used to wear Pradas and dress like mafia. Now the tough niggas sing like Frank Sinatra. Shit get quiet, hear the crickets, I'm the big ticket. From start to finish, I remain the same damn nigga. See, that's the difference between me and you. You was playing peekaboo, I got more shockwaves than Pikachu. Still a rock, dunk on your head like a reason. Right here, live and direct, I don't need it, boo. More sipping, more bitches, more reefer, middle fingers to the police. This is for my real ones. More money, more power, more designer, more niggas trying to take your shine. This is for my real ones. More digits, 6 figures, $1 billion dream chase. This is for my real ones. This is for my real ones. This is for my real ones.
Hey, yo, Pop, what up? What's good? I see you doing your thing out here. It's valid. I spoke to Ian, I told him, yo, the little homie remind me of us, man. Young, flashy, confident and shit, but, you know, there's snakes and rats out here ready to end your glory, man. Stay woke. They say the game is to be sold, not to be told. I gotta make sure you get these jewels, man. That's my duty. Word. Gotta pass on morality and tradition, man. Talk to me. Wanna survive in the jungle, do whatever it takes. Cause niggas act like apes, then slither like snakes. Gotta watch the type of nigga that'll smile in your face. Eat with you, but he really trying to take your place. See, everything ain't for everybody. See, it's levels to this shit like Meek said. Let me ask you, would you catch a body? Would you mask up and do a robbery? Would you gamble with your life? Would you kamikaze? It's no love, just sex, drugs, money, and violence. There's more ties than shooter shame niggas inspiring. Look out for the jakes, they coming for what you own to. A man ain't a man till he can stand up on his own too. And tell us something that you don't do. You can't justify that with whatever you might be going through. Just think about it when you smoking alone. Cause when you focus on your thoughts, it's when you sit on your throne. A lot of niggas ran the course, now they stuck in the feds. I just left them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new portion of Savage Calm ENT Entertainment. Your boy Jim Savage in the building. I got my man Eli over here. It's good with you. So we're going to do this new thing, new little show. It's going to be in the dungeon right here. It's going to be called The Rabbit Hole Show, where we just talk, get lit, and go down all types of rabbit holes, man. A lot of intelligent conversations happen right here. And you'll see where the minds, real minds, go down. What happens when real minds go down that rabbit hole? We already halfway lit right there. So basically, I'm going to start this off. I was at work, and I'm still seeing these people wear the mask on their face. And I'm thinking all the time, like, our mouths are open wide for all that air to come out, so we don't have to keep it inside. You know what I'm saying? Get that the carbon monoxide, right? Carbon monoxide has come out, release, so it won't get stuck in your body and kill you softly. So I'm thinking if you're wearing that mask, that you can't release. You cannot release the carbon monoxide or any other type of poison that's coming out your body that needs to come out. So I said these people, you know, are like, what are we going to call them? We going to call them sheeple?
Yeah.
So the sheeple are running around, breathing inside themselves, thinking that they are contributing to safety of humanity when they're zombies. They're stuck. When you can wear a mask so you won't breathe anybody else's air but your own, but you're willing to take these nice hands with all these pores and you know, open wounds and all types of things that go on with you. You're willing to touch this money. You're willing to touch this money. It's okay to touch all the germs on that money because money has a lot of germs. I don't see no gloves on the body's hand.
Wow.
So basically, we were sitting here chopping it up about these sheeple and the dumb things they do, especially when it comes to breathing inside yourselves and holding money, not realizing the germs. What were you saying just a few minutes ago about the test they had on money?
Several years back, they collected all the $1 bills in America for the burn that the mint does every so often so they can print new currency.
Right.
When they did, somebody had the approval to do a study on it, laid out all the money, ran black lights over it, and showed that almost 97% of the cash they pulled in was covered in cocaine.
Cocaine?
Uh-huh.
So that means if there's, now you said 90%?
Almost 97%.
Almost 97%. God, man. It's a lot of cocaine, man. That's a lot of drugs. So picture this. If you know about cocaine, it's a party drug, right? And it's also a business through hands of many different people.
Mm-hmm.
So think about this. You know, you're dealing with drug dealers, you're dealing with whores, you're dealing with, street people, bums, addicts, sick people. You're dealing with all types. You're transferring this money through them hands, whether it be buying the drugs, or buying the drugs regardless, but buying the drugs, sniffing the drugs, you know what I mean? Going to get cigarettes after doing all types of drugs. Drugs have sex with it. You fucking chicks and fucking dudes. You got their germs on you. Yeah. And, you're putting all this on the cash. I know one day I wiped my hands, didn't wash my hands one time, and I touched somebody. So I know that's a shitty situation, but it is what it is. My bad when I wash my hands sometimes, Yeah. But I do now, like at least 5,000 to 6,000 times a day.
Yeah. We're programmed to, so now we're in the habit of it.
Right. But I like to stay clean. But you got to think about that. You got to think about the ignorance with people. You know what I mean? It gets so ridiculous. They're willing to even preach to you, talk all this shit, and not even realize what they're doing themselves.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like there's no accountability in their own humanity.
Nope.
What do you think about that?
I think it's bullshit because people should be accountable to it. They're not realizing that. All right, simple example. People that still wear a mask, you can still see them driving around in their own car wearing a mask. Nobody else in it. Why on God's green earth why do you need to have it in your own vehicle with no one around you?
I never got that.
Neither did I. Going to a store, going to the gas station, shit like that. Definitely. No sane, mentally active person should be wearing a freaking mask in a car by themselves.
To be honest with you, there's no point in wearing a fucking mask anyway.
No, there isn't.
You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna catch the shit. You touch doorknobs, you're gonna get it regardless.
Yes.
Because if you are a person that does not stay in their own home 24/7 all the time,
yeah,
you're gonna touch a doorknob. You're gonna run into something. Somebody that you don't know probably gonna sneeze on your neck or something.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Me, I'd rather go through it.
Yeah.
Get my body used to it. Like that's what I do.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
That's
what I do to myself anyway.
Well, same here. And I'm somebody who's worked on the river for years doing naval construction. So I'm normally always got a cold or a fucking cough or something that's just like, no, it's just what it is.
It is what it is.
And I'll be honest, I'm actually healthier than most people with that stuff. So when everybody else is getting knocked down for 2 or 3 weeks because of the flu,
right,
I'm knocked down 2 or 3 days because I've already had the initial impacts of the littler parts of it, so my body was able to adapt and adjust into it.
You know what I noticed? Because I'm always paying attention to myself and the things I do, when I do it, how I do it, why I do it. I noticed that the happier I am, the more like the mood, if I'm in a mood that is positive most of the time,
positive, uplifting mood.
I don't ever get sick.
No.
My body feels good. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm willing to do more, just be a part of things. But when I'm in like a bad mood, that's when I'm usually abusing my body or abusing my mind, thinking bad thoughts. And I know the mind is a rabbit hole itself subconsciously, and you just...
And the thing is, that's been proven. At least when it comes to health and the mental state, the more positive, happy, embracing, moving forward type of lift up actually makes your body healthier because you're not putting yourself down. Now, when you're abusing yourself in a depressed state, bad mood, whatever, or whatever's got you in a funk, that actually makes you sick physically.
Right.
And then you add the regular external germs and everything onto it, it piles more on. So it makes you able to fall to it quicker. Now, somebody who's normally happy, perkier, just wanted to live and enjoy life and just, let's do this.
Barely shit happen.
Barely, you ever see them ever say, oh no, I had the flu. Like, I don't know the last time I had the flu. I don't think ever. You ever been sick?
Yeah.
No. It is the
I
biggest
hardly
thing.
ever get sick, man.
Mhm.
I might get a stuffy nose
Yeah.
once in a while because just the weather up and down.
Oh, yeah.
Sick, hardly ever, man.
Same
Hardly
here.
ever. I'm always most of the time I'm in a good mood. Most of the time, you know what I mean? Like I can stay in a good mood because I see what being in a bad mood could do, like the negative.
Oh, yeah.
Like mentally being negative all the time. That the shit is stress. That shit ruins your body. You know what I mean? So I seen that. So I try to see the positive in every negative situation.
And I agree with you 110% because, like I've told you before, in my case, I have an immune deficiency disease, multiple sclerosis. So my immune system is like literally a block of Swiss cheese. You can zigzag through it no matter what. Something's getting through, and I should be technically sick as a dog on majority of more times than I am.
Right.
But the outlook I have on life is, even with everything that's wrong with it, is so good that it doesn't depress me, doesn't put me down. Where most other people, it's done. They go right into themselves and their own mind and down the rabbit hole of this is my end, this is it, instead of realizing this is the beginning.
It's the beginning of you changing everything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's your choice now to either stay in the rut or change
Right.
everything to where at least you're happy and enjoying life and motivating yourself to move forward.
Right.
Which is a problem with so many people that don't want to motivate themselves to move forward.
Listen, I was just thinking that right then and there when you said it. I'm like, it's a sickness. How people can't build up or even find a bit of happiness to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like even just taking situations in life that you've been through. Say, you went downhill a little bit, but then you got out that rut.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you know every detail of how you got out of there, and now you're at a higher point in life. Why can't you look at that? Like, I'm capable. You know what I'm saying? Why do people don't use their accomplishments to uplift themselves? And all I do is see people just walking around with just misery. Like, what is the point of being miserable when you know how that shit feels?
Now, again, this is going back to time and everything when your accomplishments were actually real accomplishments that actually move you forward and make you a better person or actually praised. They're not anymore.
Okay.
Because nowadays, you, me, and everybody else knows it's a participation trophy. As long as everybody does it, they don't care. Where before you succeeded, excelled, you were praised for it. You were lifted up. And yeah, it made some others feel bad, but it also made the others work harder so that they could move forward. And then how everything is nowadays, it's no longer
okay.
Yeah,
Like,
it's okay just to show up.
It's a
say hi.
Okay world. No.
And that's the problem now, is that's why the lack of motivation for people to get outside their norm is gone. To where the whole adventure, go explore the world, go learn yourself, go do something that's just, instead of the regular, here's your rat wheel, get on it, run it.
Oh my God, that's one of the things I use 24/7. I say you're on that hamster wheel.
It is.
Because I'm like, well, how much fun could a fucking hamster have? Like, I can see some exercise because that's what we do.
Yeah,
we go have fun doing exercise. We run on the treadmill, same kind of
yeah.
But that's their life though. Like
that's the thing, is that
you get life. Shit looks like a circular cage.
You
jump up and you're doing nothing. He just got these small legs.
Yeah.
And are they that strong? They always run on that shit.
Yeah.
Probably not.
They can move it.
Well, they fat.
Those little suckers, they strong. They fast too.
They're pretty fat too, and they got little legs, so
they got some muscle on them little bastards.
I bet. Running on them treadmill. So I also but I was saying, like, you come out the wheel and you're still in the cage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you see a big old hand come in there. Here, this is what you're supposed to be doing. This
Yep.
is what you're supposed to be eating. You don't have no choice.
No, it's,
None of that. And like, you have a hamster mind because that's what you like to stay in.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fucking ridiculous. How do you not want to grow, knowing you're watching everybody else growing from around you, and you're just sitting there miserable at the smallest things in life? No, like, how do you not have your own motivation? Like this, like, how do people sit there and let that shit happen?
And that's where the whole programming of the sheep will come in. That's been programmed out.
So,
been
but
pushed
what's
out.
the difference? Is like we're all humans.
Yeah.
Why am I not programmed to follow and have a different mindset and thought process than the person that's sitting there that's been through the same type of life as I have?
Now,
and they're sitting there looking
now the
like
best example I can use is using basically biblical shit, and it's basically you have the shepherd, you have the sheep. Remember, not everybody is a sheep, not everybody is a shepherd, but the shepherds are the ones who can see outside the proverbial box.
Mhm.
So they guide the rest down the road or in the field or keep them safe from whatever.
Mhm.
But nowadays, where the classical induct of what the shepherd was, the actual people that showed you right, wrong, how to be a person, how not to be basically a shithead, are gone. They're few and far between because now they're programmed to have instant gratification through everything. Through the whole, I don't have to do
Microwave
anything.
life.
I don't have to do anything to get what I want. I can just, here it is. I just got to show up and I'm expected to be given this.
Right.
Where you and me know in life, that's not how it works.
At all.
If it did, God, I can't. No, no, I could use the reverse old saying. Life's a bitch. If it wasn't, if life was easy, it'd be called a slut.
But remember,
And there it
it
is.
used to be life's a bitch and then you die.
Yes.
So you put all that together, what do you get?
Yeah.
You let life be a bitch, you're gonna die.
Exactly.
My man Threes. Oh shit, Threes Up Podcast is in the building. My man, Weeble Wobble. Try something new with in the building. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been through a part of my life where I love humans, which I still do. You know what I'm saying? I love humanity. Like, we're beautiful people that don't even realize
Yes.
what we're capable of doing. And people don't even think about that.
No.
Like, that's like the least on their mind when you have to do that to build you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I get so disappointed in humanity that the way I act now, it seems like I can't stand humans. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But we're beautiful people.
All right. The easiest thing ever. There's another thing I like to say. Everybody earns what they get.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want in life, if it's given to you, it doesn't have the same value to you. It doesn't have that same connection to, I put the work, I put the effort, I did it. This is what I've earned.
Right.
When you have that feeling, it's a different feeling over, hey, here's 100K. Go do whatever. You don't give a shit what the fuck you do with it. You'll go blow it at a casino, go buy some stupid shit. But it's the whole fact of, but when you earned that or made that yourself,
Mm-hmm.
it's a different feeling over
Sure.
it handed to you.
True, but there's an area between that I'm thinking. Because say
Yeah.
we had to fight and get everything,
Yeah.
the right way, the real way.
Yeah.
And then say somebody gave us $100,000.
Yeah.
I'm sure that we would treat it differently than a
will.
person that doesn't know.
Exactly. That's the
some spoiled
thing.
brat ass motherfucker gives him $100,000 and then they'll do that because you know what I mean?
Right out. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's where those who earned everything, put the work in, put the effort in, did it, and forced themselves to keep moving without stopping, going, okay, I'm happy here. No. I know what I deserve. I know I don't deserve it. I can be happy here or I can push forward and get better where I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And That's the problem, is that everybody gets to a certain point and just goes, no, I'm good here. It's like they've lost that urge to keep pushing forward to make
Right.
not even just to make their life better, just to make themselves better. Not even moving forward in their business career, whatever, but their own personal development. They stop doing.
Yeah.
It
Stops. Done.
It's just like,
And you know what? Like, but what do you? All right, because I wanted to get to a certain point.
Yeah.
Where do you think this comes from? Like, what do you think? Like, the biggest influence of the indoctrination of our weakness and negativity and us not thinking about ourselves first and putting the how can I say, putting like the social world ahead of us and following that world instead of putting all that work that we put out there, putting it in ourselves. Where do you think the divide comes from?
where it comes from now is what another thing I like to say is one of the best things we've done, also one of the worst things we've done. And that is social media. Especially nowadays, because we have these wonderful little damn things everywhere that you're constantly linked into it. It's the whole gratification, instant gratification. As long as you can apply that, you have a way of putting things in. Right. Especially if you, all right, say you're someone who doesn't really use Facebook, you just have it. Every once in a while you throw a picture up there. You don't scroll through shit, you don't like shit, you just, except for your people shit that, you know.
Yeah.
Now, go to somebody else who's constantly on it, all right? Look at all the advertisements that flow through their thing.
Right.
And just look at what it is. It's all useless bullshit. It's all useless garbage. It's all useless. Oh, you need a new phone. You need a new set of headphones. You need this. Yeah, it's not like
accessory.
Exactly. It's not, hey, go to this website and you can learn to do this. Or, hey, go read this article that's going to tell you about how this actually operates and how this system allows you to earn money without putting extra effort in that you don't have to waste your time doing. And this is how you properly invest. And none of that is even there. Even the people that look up that stuff or it's part of their thing, that informational packaging is so spread out in between all the other bullshit is that you miss it, because as soon as it does the next bump up load of information, it rubs that out. So anything that's actually there to basically better you and move you forward is taken away from you. And you're told to say, here's the instant happiness. You buy this, you'll be happy. You like, you'll be happy.
True, but how do we get to the point where we can decipher the difference? That we know what that is, but we know that we shouldn't be using our minds to let that fully manipulate my choices and the way I should be treating myself. Where do we lose that self-worth? You know what I mean? That where we or just that ability to think, use our fucking minds. The common sense is not even common no more in human beings.
No.
That's ridiculous. My man, Threes Up Podcast, Weeb's in the building.
What it do?
It do what it do, baby.
So I was just literally, like, it's funny that y'all having this discussion. I was just literally having this discussion with my coworkers, my boss, like all of that shit the other day. Like about people and how you want to move forward in life and what. So, you know, my job is a fuck show. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people above us, like, I could run that fucking building. You know what I'm saying? So, but there's a pecking order. I'm below my boss is below his boss, those bosses are below those bosses. But that's how we get stuck in our mind frame, right? Because a lot of people, so like my boss is one who says he's content at doing what he's doing, because whatever he went through in life, he got there and he kind of gives them the credit instead of taking his mind and moving past that. He's good where he's at. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to maximize his potential in money within that workplace. But he's never going to, he has a ceiling.
Yeah.
Because somebody owns that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like somebody owns the building, somebody owns that land. They're renting the land. So
Right.
so there's so many variables. And if you don't go outside yourself and figure out what your potential is and what you can maximize within yourself to generate happiness and financial stability,
Mm-hmm.
that's how you lose. Because nobody said you have to go to work for 42 other people.
Facts.
Because that's a pecking order at the end of the day, right? So I have a boss that has, like I said, I have a boss that has a boss. That boss has a boss that has a boss that has a boss, and then there's the owner. And then the owner is renting the land. So if he don't comply correctly, he loses the property. So then you have to move that. You know how many people you're fucking working for?
Yeah.
And they get to stop your potential, your growth.
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep sitting in that mindset and you don't find an avenue that helps you grow as an individual that makes you money and you happy at the same time, that's how you lose as a human being.
Yep.
Fact. Well. Since this is a show of rabbit holes, what really is a human being? Like this. We're all
Our
human.
physical form.
But,
Our physical form.
that's what. Yeah, but all right. So I'm saying, like you said, lose as a human being, right? Or lose.
Yeah.
No, you said. How'd you say? You said it somewhere. You failed as a human.
Yeah.
But what if that's part of that the human ain't supposed to be? Because how would we have a worker if we all bosses? How would we have anybody work for us if we all want to be boss? How would we have
all
trust?
should, but we all should want to be a boss, right? So that's the problem. So, but you're going to have those people. So it's not going to matter no way, right? No matter which way you go, you're going to have those people that are content with being just here. Because they don't want, a lot of people don't have boss mentality.
No.
Facts.
Right? So you don't have to worry about them motherfuckers that don't have boss mentality.
No.
Right? So they can get to work for you. That's how you overcome it. Like I heard my man over there say earlier, he said something, he did say something crazy about people and how they kind of the same shit I'm trying to say. Huh?
Yeah. He said.
Yeah. He said some shit, and I can't repeat what he said right now. But it kind of goes along the same lines of what I'm saying, as that there's going to be people who just are okay with being nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, they're okay with going through life as is, getting that retiring at 65, 67, letting the government control them, letting the government take their taxes, and then they're just going to fall onto the sunset.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever that may be, they're never going to maximize their potential.
I can't,
because we all have something inside of us, whether you got to know what you want and what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be the sheep, and then you want to be the sheep herder, right? You're shepherd, right?
Yep.
You want to be that person. You will tap into yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You will tap into that other part. They say we only use 10% of our brain, right? So you'll start using more of that.
Yes.
Right.
You will find a way to go outside of yourself and maximize your potential if you really want it. If you don't, you'll be stuck with the rest. There's a reason why they say the 1% in this world.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why they say that. Because only 1% really of this motherfucking world only maximizes their potential.
Yep.
Whether it be sports, whether it be the chemist, you're a chemist, or whatever it is, there's a reason why we have a space shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why we have most of them shits. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the stuff we do is a reason why we have an iPhone. I used to fucking inspect pieces that go into NASA, into space shuttles for NASA, and into iPhones, into all this shit. I used to inspect those type of pieces that go into airplanes, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But they didn't pay me shit. You want to know why? Because those are just pieces.
Yep.
Right? That make up the other pieces that make up other pieces, right? So we're at the bottom, right? You're still at the bottom, right? So if you don't figure out what because we all don't have the same potential, right? At the end of the day, like I know you, Savage, right? You're fucking 6'3", 6'4", and fucking 280 pounds. I'm fucking 5'10" with good Air Maxes on, and I'm 220, right? So I'm fat, right?
Hold on a second. Let me give a shout out to Lady Novo in the building. She gets the horns. Long time no see. I hope you heard the horns.
But now,
this computer acting up. But you go ahead. My bad.
So now, like your physical potential is not my physical potential, right? Like we used to go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I used to try to stay 100 pounds under you. I used to be like, yo, if I can stay within 100 pounds, I'm doing a good job, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we all don't have the same abilities, but you have to find your ability in order to maximize your potential as an individual. Who do you want to be? To me, like that's how I say, that's how you find not only financial wealth, but emotional wealth.
Yep.
But wait. You know what? I'm thinking with the way you said that, though. You said you got to find out who you want to be, right?
Yep.
You also have to find out who you really are.
Yes. Well, that comes with the.
You have to have those together, because a lot of people want to be this and then start thinking they are that shit. But
that's where it starts, though, right? So if you hold on, that's about to get.
Well,
I'll hit you right back.
What?
I'll be right back.
Okay,
yeah, keep going, but yes and no, because if you're trying to maximize your potential, you're figuring out who you are in the process.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You already kind of know who you are when you decide to maximize who you are. You know what I'm saying? So like you can't do that without knowing who you are. You have to evaluate yourself, and you will know that, and you'll be like, all right, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do, and this is what I'm going to do. Because this is the avenue, this is my strong points and this is my weak points. So when you maximize your potential, you're maximizing your strengths. You're not maximizing your weaknesses. You're trying to build on your weaknesses while maximizing your strengths.
But don't you need to realize who you really are before you try to become who you want to be?
But that's why I said that's where you maximize your strengths and improve on your weaknesses. And that's knowing who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like I know who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I need to improve on. I know how and when I want to maximize my weaknesses, but I also can work and get better at my strengths. At the things I know how to do. I can get better at the things I know how to do while also picking my spots to get better with my weaknesses.
Facts. But
so that's knowing who you are. Like if you can't recognize those things within yourself, then you don't know who you are. But if you do,
you gotta realize, how do you even know how to do that shit? But let me give a shout out to Sean in the building. Give it a horns 20. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for popping in. Hit that like button on your way in and out. Get it, you dig it. So yeah. But how do you even know? Like there's people out there who really think they really think they know, but they really don't. Because there's people who've seen their lives. There's people who've been through the same shit that they've been through, plus some, then some, around some, more than that, and can see what they're going through, and they can see that they think that they're supposed to be this, or think they're this, and they're really not. You can see through them. You can see right through the bullshit. How is that person supposed to know who they really are if they really don't? They've never been through shit for them to know.
Well, okay. While you say that, everybody does not go through the same thing, right? So your experience is not my experience. You dig what I'm saying? Your experience is not his experience sitting next to you. So you're not going to go through the same thing, right? Somebody who was born with a silver spoon in their mouth is not going to go through the same struggles that you're going to go through.
Correct.
Right. So they're not going to understand what you're doing and how you're doing it. Right. So, like I said, if you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, right, you have less work to do to get to where you want to go. Oh, so you know what I'm saying? Because somebody can push you easily to where you possibly want to go. Right. So you're never gonna experience those lows. Huh?
You said, wait, hold on. You said if you got a silver spoon that you'll reach what faster? You can in most circumstances, you'll reach where you want to go to faster because you have the upper hand. Whereas if you or anybody else who's been in positions that we have been in, right? We have to work a lot harder. Right. And we have to figure it out more to where those people might know somebody and be like, yo, he wants to do this, blah, 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 blah. So it's easy. That's why I say all the time about these fucking podcast bullshit, right? This podcast shit was made for the amateurs. This podcast shit wasn't built for these NBA stars, for these movie motherfuckers. They wasn't built for the millionaires. No. This was supposed to be an amateur fucking thing. So now as soon as they get on camera, they have a 2 million followers. That takes away from you. That takes away from us. That takes away from all the other people out there trying to build something. Because it's easy for them. Mm-hmm. It's not we starting this shit from the ground up and trying to build something and trying to find people and trying to get people to like content. You know how much easier it would be if the fucking 5,000 people that took fucking 50 million followers away would be listening to us or listening to them or listening to so-and-so, trying to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So that's what I mean by that. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's easier for them. Some people have it easier. Some people have different experiences, right? A lot of these rich motherfuckers like to sniff cocaine, right? We just talk about it.
Yeah. So, but they don't have to really worry about the other shit, right? The bottom part of it, because they already got it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They already got the money. They cool. People come to their house. They just drop it off. They good to go. They don't worry about that shit. If we decide to do that shit, we decide to smoke weed. We decide to sip cocaine. We going to work in a warehouse, in a motherfucking Pizza Hut, in a motherfucking McDonald's. We could barely afford that shit and then afford our bills.
Well, hold on. Before we continue, shout out to AP and the motherfucking.
Yes, and you will, April.
Is it the reason why we're stuck at working at McDonald's, or whoever gets stuck at working at McDonald's? That's their problem. That's their fault. That's where they wanted to end up, because you can always change your outcome of life.
No, but I'm saying we in warehouses, we're at McDonald's, we're the regular people, we're the bottom feeders, right? Correct. So that's where we're going to, where we don't want to be bottom feeders anymore.
That's what I'm saying. I understand. I dig.
Over. I've been called that by
no. It doesn't affect me like that. It's just the confidence I have in myself. It's just like bottom feeder. I can agree. Yes, we're there. I'm there. Yes, we are. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what my motivation is. You see, like when I hear that, it's like, Yeah. So I'm always that feeling I get. So that feeling I take, and I'm like, nah, and I'm gonna build something to be better. You know what I'm saying? Because I, just like you said, the McDonald's thing. I refused to work at McDonald's before. You know what I mean? And then the bills, things got worse. Had to pay those bills. So I said, if I'm gonna go to McDonald's, which is easy to get in, I'm not just gonna be McDonald's. You know, I'm not just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm just flipping burgers. You know the story.
You want to be Calvin. You want to be Calvin.
Manager.
You want to be Calvin. You want to be Calvin.
I want to be Calvin, but I sweated out my shirt. I had to be Calvin.
Yeah.
No, but for real, you seen that, man? Somebody threatened somebody was like, you can't do this, you can't do that. Man, you know what? I'll take your job. And did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't play that. Like, I have to be more. I can't, like, there's like something inside that, like, And I like.
But the ill part is you didn't want. The ill part is with, like, you know, with your experience and what you saying, what you did, right?
Man, you shouldn't have built it.
Exactly. You also did that. You also did that and maximize your potential, but only out of necessity.
True, and not out of just regularity. Right,
because most of us, honestly, at this day and age, and what the world is presented to us, a lot of us are scared to go out of our comfort zone and fail, because our failure is going to hurt at that time. But we're not looking forward to the success that's going to happen in the future, because we're so worried about the present and our failure in the present that we're not willing to sacrifice that in the middle struggle to get to where we need to go to the top.
True, because a lot of people get tired of that shit.
Exactly. But so I always take Mark Cuban for an example, right? And he's a billionaire, he owns Dallas Mavericks, he's a sports guy, whatever. I always take it for example. 7 years, no days off. Okay? Him and his team. They were going to fire one lady because she didn't know what the fuck she was doing. It's nothing. So they just made her a copy person. They were like, yo, go make copies. When he cashed out and they cashed out as billionaires, she left with over $10 million. For being the fucking secretary. You feel what I'm saying? So the struggle, we have to be willing to go through the struggle and the bullshit in between in order to get to our success point. Because there's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. Even in every book.
Shauna in the building. Bam, bam, bam. What's up, baby?
Hi. I can't type because I'm driving. So I figured I'd call instead because your friend's confusing me. Because a second ago you were just saying we all can work our way up, and then now you're saying but the little man's held down. So either we can. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
No. You said either we can, but I addressed that a little bit ago.
So you were saying it's real easy for these people who are like NBA, but some of those people did start from the bottom. So I don't know. It sounded really far left as you were talking.
So they know. Okay. So what I'm talking about is like when I say that, if you're already in the business, right? If you already have something, they started from the bottom for their profession, right? So NBA stars started from the bottom from their culture or whatever they had to go through to get to the NBA. Now they already made it.
It's the simplest thing.
They already made it. They're already millionaires. So now, but they tapped in to something that amateurs do.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing.
So you ruin that. You ruin that opportunity for the bottom people because you already made it. You already got millions. You don't need nothing no more. What the hell do you need over here in amateur land? You feel what I'm saying on that level?
I understand what you're saying, but podcasts weren't necessarily made just for amateurs. That's not a thing.
I'm not.
And then
okay.
Also, now hold on. Podcasts were made for amateurs. What the fuck else was I going to say? Continue, because I forgot what I was going to say. I also spoke before I called. Keep going.
Oh, okay, guys. I'm just saying though. I don't know what else you want to.
That's what I was gonna say. And then when you're like, they don't need anything more. Not for nothing. If any one of us, right, we become successful in what we do, I don't think that's ever gonna be that enough, though, right? You're either driven or you're not. So when you're driven, it doesn't matter how much you have, you're still gonna drive for more. I just think
I'm not saying that, but some people know how.
these guys have it so fucking easy, and I feel like I don't want to say the word I'm thinking, because I don't think that you're that at all. I've listened to you talk multiple times, but for lack of a better word, okay, so please take this with a grain of salt, it sounds haterish. Right?
It is haterish. It is because I'm the number one hater.
I didn't say oh, he's like, no, it is.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about. But
that's what it sounded like. You were fucking nailing it.
No, but at the same time, like, not like, you know, it really won't. It's really not that, because I'm talking about if you've already made it, like the silver spoon. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you already got it. Like, and there's people up there trying to push themselves, and you're taking away from them at that moment, right? But that part was just an example of whatever, because I'm telling you, it's tapping into ourselves and going outside of ourselves to maximize our potential, right? Instead of being a bottom feeder. But some people are okay with being bottom feeders.
That's also true. I agree with you very much there.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, go outside yourself, maximize your potential for what you have, right? Like, you look like we've seen each other a few times on these podcasts. You look like a very happy person. You look like you love what you do. You maximized your potentials. Am I correct?
Yeah, for the most part, yes. Yes, I do.
Okay, so
I'm still got to get better, right? But yeah,
and that's what that
will get it better, right? Exactly. I'm on my way up.
That's what I'm saying. So you're doing what you're doing, and what you probably, as I can see on your face, you love to do. And that's where I'm basically trying to go. So we all have something we love to do. We all have something that we like to do. Like, if you want to get to a certain point in life where you can maximize yourself, I think it comes for financially and emotionally. You got to find out who you are. Like I said, like Savage said earlier, find out who you are, maximize your potential. And then you can grow as far as you want to grow. You can go as far as you want to go.
Right. So part of that is actually owning all your shit you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's true.
And that comes with growth. That comes with growth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us still need to grow. You know what I mean? A lot of us definitely been as dry and haven't been watered. Like
That's why I'm always scratching. My skin is dry. I was playing. Nah, but that, like, I think, to be honest with you, anybody listening, if you try to do, like, hold yourself accountable for even the smallest thing you've done for a situation that happened, that didn't end up in a way that, you know, didn't go your way, and you've seen the consequence of it, I think you should hold your part all the time, whether it be in your head, whether it be out loud, or to a friend. You should hold yourself accountable, and you continuously doing that. That will make you want to be more of a better person. See your part in everything, because if you're always going through shit and you're trying to blame everybody else, you're a part of every shit that happened. So what was your part in this shit? Why weren't you a part of the shit? Why were you even there for that shit to even happen? You know what I'm saying? What did you need to do in life for you not to be in that fucking situation? Because I sit there, when I bring up these situations and these conversations with people, I try to go backwards into where they started their part in that. And I always get a fight back. That means they're not holding themselves accountable for what they did. And I'm like, well, what did you do? What did you do? It was did it. And it's always blame. So that's how I know people aren't holding themselves accountable, because it's always a blame game, especially when you're like, oh, yeah, I see it. And then you go further back. They're like, no, you're still fighting. When you be like, yes, I've been a part of that.
Can't control what anybody else does, but you can control what you do. That's the part you can really work on in any situation.
Yep. And that's what I said about controlling, like, knowing who you are is making sure you play to your strengths, but also know your weaknesses, so you can work on those as well. Like, whatever it is. Huh?
What weaknesses?
Oh, you don't have any? That's what's up.
I'm just kidding.
Nah, like, we all have weaknesses. We're not, you know, But we all could be our own personal super person, super man or woman, whatever. You know, if you become your own, like you work on your ability. You know what I'm saying? Have anything that's positive, anything you're capable of doing that. And a lot of people use this word manipulation as a bad word. It's really not, because even you dressing up is a manipulation for you to look good for a job interview. You know what I'm saying? You use that to better the whole outcome of your situation. We're always manipulating things.
We do that when we go to work.
Huh?
That's why I said in the beginning, I was like, your job is programming, right? So like at the end of the day, you sitting there, you at work, right? And you doing whatever you doing. Your boss come around, nigga, your shoulders going to get up a little more, your back going straighten out. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh shit, here come the boss. You know what I'm saying? And you like, oh, let me look busy, even though you ain't do shit for the past 15 minutes. You want to start acting like you did something. You know what I'm saying? Because your boss is on the way around. You don't want to get that write up. You don't want to get looked at as a bad employee. You're going to do all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the bullshit it comes down to. It's all fake at the end of the day, right? So when you work for another individual or you work for another corporation, most of it is fake. Like, I ain't gonna lie, at my job, I can tell you right now, we only fake to a certain, we ain't even fake to the building manager. Like, when the motherfuckers come around, we talk shit the same way we talk shit, but we still do fake shit. Like, oh yeah, we working. No, the fuck we ain't. But we talk the same, but we still got to put on a persona, right?
True.
So it's fucked up. Like, it's contradictory.
But no,
it's very contradictory.
No, but I figured a way on how to take out the contradiction in it, right? Because I hated doing like you call it switching up. It's not switching up.
Give me a formula.
Hold on, like you said, bettering yourself, right? So that situation is, if you know that you should all through life speak properly so people can understand you and you can get your point out, change your speech into speaking properly. You know what I'm saying? So you now in front of the boss, you don't have to sit up there and switch up. This is just the way you speak. You know what I mean?
No, I don't mean switch up. It's just speech.
Let me finish, sir. Also at work, so like I said, I'm a cook, right? And you standing around, you have lots to do when you're a cook. And most of the time, you see people cooking, they're standing around, they're having joking, and then you say you got to jump up and start cleaning when your boss comes. If you like a clean kitchen, if you're a clean person, you want to not even worry about your boss and get the credit that you deserve, knowing you're supposed to be doing your job, you want to do your job full 100%. You should always be cleaning no matter what, even if he's coming around or not, because somebody's always watching. You should always be cleaning. You should always be doing your thing. You should always be cooking or stocking. You can still have a conversation with somebody while you moving. If you can't keep up with me or follow me while I'm talking, it is what it is, but I'm doing my job. But I can do both at once. So that's what I'm doing. So now they're like, you can't even, if I want to do something, I can do it. Because like he always does his job. He's always on point. He's always, you know what I'm saying? So there's leeway. If you do your shit and do it right and advance yourself, you find the benefits in fucking he's savage. He does it. I ain't gotta worry about he got a sandwich. We ain't gonna let him have the fucking sandwich.
Okay, so let me make this clear to you as an individual statement. Let me make this clear. I'm fucking perfect at my job. Okay,
Okay.
I'm fucking perfect. Okay, so when it comes to me, I'm speaking in general about what really happens with a lot of people, but I'm almost the definition of perfection at my job. So it don't matter, right? When it comes to me, I'm speaking about, the other bullshit in general that I see around me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an asshole. I think we already know this. And I do that shit to everyone, right? Even I don't give a fuck how high you are up. I'm gonna speak to you the same way I spoke to him and I spoke to my coworker sitting next to me. You dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna joke with you the same way. I'm gonna joke with you the same way because I know I do my motherfucking job.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect your craft.
Yeah, exactly. And once I did that, do what the fuck I want to do. And if you don't like it, guess what?
but you know you can do that because you know what you're capable.
I know. I can do that.
You know you're there. But that's
I know
what I'm saying. Shut up. But that's what I'm saying. That's what people should be working on more. And that's what I do 24/7. This is why I do the podcast anyway, so everybody can get their shit out and speak how they want to speak. You know what I'm saying? So we can understand that person because that's who they are. Everybody wants to be like another motherfucker. We're not the same. We have similar qualities, but in order for you to communicate with a person that never been through what you've been through and they've been through this shit, you got to learn how to even talk to them to understand what they're doing or how they're saying, why they're even having the conversation. And that being said, down that rabbit hole, that'll automatically, if people start doing that shit, automatically build some type of love for another person to even have a conversation with them, to even find out what benefit y'all can have for each other in life. Because you be passing by people that can be super beneficial in your life. When you're struggling in a certain way, you just pass by like 10 people that could have helped you out. Mm-hmm. And you sit there like, I'm in my misery, or I can't be social, this and that. Fuck all that bullshit. I talk to everyone. I can network. I got a whole bunch of old ladies that want to jump my bones. I perfected my craft. The craft of the gift of gab, the smile. I like the smile, so why not do it all the time? You know, when I do it all the time, I get the benefits from it. You know what I'm saying? I love coming in here to see you smile. I hear that shit every day. That's why the ladies are like, let me get that. You know what I'm saying? But, I ain't trying to, you touch
an AARP card and we having a problem.
Kill an old lady by giving them the monster.
You give somebody a heart attack over there if you want to.
That's what I'm saying. It's all like,
you going to jail. You going to jail, son. You going to jail for excessive fucking.
I'm going to jail because the old ladies want me. They convinced me to be an escort out this motherfucker.
Yo, you going down. Going down.
Like, for real though. Don't y'all see the benefits when you do your job 100? Mm-hmm. I know it's like it takes a while for you to develop that motivation to keep it that same consistency at your job for you to do what you do. But once you do it, y'all see the benefits. You see that you go like, hey, fuck off. And they're like, oh, yes, I will. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, he's going to do his job. I shouldn't fuck with him. Because they go, he's the asset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Asset. Yes, sir. All day.
And like you said, with that dude that you said was happy with his position. Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's his asset right there. Maybe he doesn't want to go any higher. If he loves that and he's happy, somebody who sees that, somebody who got a good heart, hey, come work for me. I got a position that you want to stay at. I need that person there forever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Why can't we see benefits in people where they want to be? The ones
you're not going to see it in my job.
That I know they shouldn't be there, and you got a benefit in you that if I was where I need to be, I need you at this right here. That's where you want to stay. But I see your potential here. I'd rather put you there. I'd rather be that guy right here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I go around all the time. Now, I don't even have to like you, but I see a benefit. I see a benefit and a quality and a spark in you that can make you a better person or make us all a better person. But you
don't like me? You don't like me now?
Stagnant and be a dickhead. Yeah.
You don't like me now?
No, I can relate to you because we're assholes. And we see the funny in all these assholes that try to be assholes. They ain't really assholes like us. But nah. What do you think about that, Shauna? I don't like too many quiets.
Because I'm in a parking lot and there was people coming up behind me, so I was watching that instead of talking to you guys. Sorry. I was just making sure they weren't coming to my car, but they didn't.
Good.
You never know. Yes. Hey, thanks. Which part? What do I think about which part?
Any of it.
I was shaking my head and agreeing with you for most of it. Doing well at your job. We understand the benefits of that.
Yeah.
I was agreeing with you before I got distracted.
Oh, all good. That's all good. I'm just like, listen. Once I learn how to do this, I'm gonna be a motivational speaker, and I think I already do that. But you know what? The hardest part about I know Go ahead, Sean. What you gonna say?
Where are you going to be a motivational speaker? What are you motivating?
I want to be the rawest. I want to motivate you to go back to the beginning of your life and hold yourself accountable for all the shit you remember.
Okay.
Remember, and then see your fault. And then I guarantee once you build that stair of your accountability, you'll see why you're where you are and what you need to do to go somewhere else, or if you even have the potential to do something. You'll start looking at your life instead of walking by like, I ain't do nothing wrong. Well, something wrong happened around you.
Yep.
So why was you there? You know what I'm saying? So you have to, like, even if it's a smallest thing, like you just like say, I told myself I was gonna stay home and you know be with the kids, right? But I decided, you know what, I wanted a quick drink. In the middle of you making that decision, take that quick drink, go to take that drink, you are now locked up. You know what I'm saying? Now your kids over there. You know, so what part that thought process that really made you go and have that drink?
Yeah.
And what are you going to do to make up for that fuck up that you did? Because you have to make up for it
at some point.
I do agree. Holding yourself accountable makes you a better person. Makes you see
it's not even a better person.
I got a question.
It clears that road. It automatically does. Your body will feel that clear. And you'll be able to keep
would be your fault.
Yeah. And I know it because I do it every day. I do it all. I try to do it consistently. Mm-hmm. Like even when I go to work, I cannot stand. It's like the Twilight Zone. And I know how much better I am and what I'm supposed to be in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even supposed to be there no more. I'm supposed to own a whole bunch of them things. You know
so
what I'm saying?
I have a question.
Why am I there? And I'm like, why am I getting mad? This is all my fault.
I have a question about accountability.
I smile and try to make the best of it. When I do, I have a better day. Today, I smiled today. Instead of letting all the bullshit that I did yesterday get in my head and I had a bad day. I smiled today. I was like, I'm here. Let's just work it. Let's do it. I had a great fucking day. My tip jar was full. You know what I'm saying?
So we in a rabbit hole today?
We in a rabbit hole every day, but we on the podcast doing it.
I know. You know what I'm talking about, though. But it's that rabbit hole entertainment, right? So,
what's your question on accountability?
So I got a question about accountability, but before I even go there, I have a question for you, Shauna. Sorry, I said that wrong. I forgot who you was.
Okay. It happens all the time.
So no, because I forgot. You know, I ain't seen you in a while on here, so it is what it is. I forgot. So you said you want to know about what people say about you or around you say.
Yeah.
So why do you think that you want to know what other people think about you instead of what you think about yourself? I want to know what you mean.
I can't even give examples. So we've all met that person, right? You ever meet somebody? I know I have. I'm sure everybody else has. You meet somebody and you know they seem cool, but them talking about themselves, they're like, "Oh, I'm like the realest person you'll ever meet. I'm trustworthy." But everybody else that's ever been close enough to this person knows that they're a snake. You find out the hard way. Right? So like I've never met a snake ever be like, "Yo, I am somebody who will absolutely backstab you, tell all your secrets, and don't trust me." Nobody describes themselves that way, but there are plenty of people we know that are exactly like that. So that's what I mean by I don't want to hear what you say about yourself. I don't care if you say you're real. I don't care if you say you're trustworthy. I don't care if you say you're honest. I want to know what the people around you say, because those people are going to tell me who the fuck you are.
Okay, so I'll get so
anybody, even people who don't like me will tell you I'm an honest motherfucker. I know that, right? So like you can ask about me.
I'll give you an example of that in accountability.
Okay.
I recently became a single individual a few years ago, right? So whatever. So when I started dating out there, I was on the Facebook apps, I was on everything, right? So the Zeus, you name it, I was on it, right? So when I have conversations with these people, going to your shit and also Savage's shit, they ask me, I tell them who I was. who I was on my bad shit. I'm gonna tell you on my bad shit first, kind of like Eminem did when he was in motherfucking 8 Mile, right?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you everything. I'm gonna give you everything so you can hold it against me right now, and then you can judge me after that. Like, so you're gonna see I'm gonna tell you who I am and obviously what I was is you're gonna think that's who I am, right? And then we're still gonna sit here, and if you stick around, whose issue is that? But I took accountability for everything I've done and will possibly do. But what I'm saying is, I already owned up to my shit. I owned up to who I am. I told you what I did and done. So now you have to now judge me for me. You can't judge me on my faults anymore because this is me and you.
I don't think you really can judge anybody on their faults, right? They're the only ones that can fix them. You just need to decide if you're willing to put up with them. That's it. I'm not going to judge you for it. I don't need to participate in it either.
You really are.
No, that's true. That's true. That's true too. You know what I'm saying? But you now you get to make that decision. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm saying that, so I'm just going to let you know, as a single female who's out here in the dating game, don't do that. Just don't do that. That's
what you mean?
Bad idea.
Why would it be a bad idea? So let me tell you why it's not a bad idea.
Hold on, I'm gonna answer that for a second. Well, I had a girlfriend the other day, right? Talk about she was going on a date, and she's like, "I'm just gonna tell him everything that comes with my life." And like the things she was listed, I'm like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't mention some of them, but like all of them, you know, you shouldn't meet anybody like that. Anybody.
No. I'm not. So hold on. Don't go too far. Don't go too far with that. So I'm not saying in the first 5 minutes. I'm not saying the first 5 minutes. I'm like, yo, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But no, not first date. Not first date either. Like, so what I'm saying is like, so you get to a point where you're trying to get to know each other, right? And questions get asked, right?
Oh, okay. All right. That's not what I imagined in my head when I was hearing.
Yeah. So you imagine something totally different. So you get to a point. Yeah. So questions get asked, right? And then you just like, and then so you become honest. But what you said, people like to lie. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you find the snakes, right? Mm-hmm. So if you don't lie and you tell your faults first, you have accountability. Yeah. Right now, that person now gets to see who you were or who you are and decide if they want to find out if you're different or not.
And if they don't stick around, they ain't the one for you regardless.
Mm-hmm. So wait, you're telling me like we're having a conversation. I just want to clarify, right? You're like, oh, put your faults out there, and somebody's like, oh, I'm a snake, right? That now I agree with you. That's the type of personality I use. So that's why I'm like, meh. Like, well, what are they saying? Can you give me an example? Like, what level you mean somebody saying something bad about them? Like, I'm not. All right, so what are we talking about? No, so obviously you want to be in a relationship with someone, right? So if you're out there in the dating game and you're doing whatever you're doing, you're searching for your possibly forever person, right? So either that or you might as well just go on to what's the name and do whatever you do. But so you ask questions. If that person tells you, if you say, so how's your past relationships going? Or have you ever cheated on someone? And that motherfucker tells you no, right? And then you go out and that motherfucker be like, yo, that dog ass motherfucker, that's bullshit, right? So I cut to the chase. I'll be like, yo, I was young. I'll be like, yo, I was young. I fucked up. I did this. I did that. But now I've learned from my mistakes. If we pan out, I won't make those same mistakes. I do agree with you. If you are being asked a question, you should be honest about it. You shouldn't lie. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's where that comes back from. But you have to put yourself out there in that way in order to get the respect and to have them. It goes both ways. You're going to say you're going to take accountability and you're going to figure out if you want to stick around that motherfucker because you think he might fuck up again on you. You know what I'm saying? Or you might like him enough and give him that chance, and he might be the person that changed and changed your life as well.
Right, gotcha. Yes, I agree with you then. I'm on the same page. If you ask me a question about something about myself, even if it's unfavorable, I will absolutely tell you the truth.
Amen. I think if you want, everybody's always asking for communication, better communication, and everybody's always lying, put it that way. Because they're asking for communication, they're asking for trust, they're asking for you to be real. These are the things that both sides, men and women, humans, they ask each other to be all these things. But then you say, well, I can't tell them this, or I can't say this, I can't do it, or I can't say my faults at the beginning, and nobody feels comfortable doing that. But they want somebody to do that. But then as soon as you try to do that, they hold them, they try to hold some false type of accountability towards, like, why are you doing that? When that's what you asked for. You know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of people argue with me and don't like the shit that I say, because I'm going to go right to the rooter, to the tutor. I'm going to get in that ass. And it's not going to sound like, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to sound like what you want to hear. But if you shut the fuck up and listen and hold yourself accountable automatically and realize the real conversation that I shouldn't even have to talk to you, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm going to talk to you, I want to be honest with you. You shouldn't get mad. You should take that. It may hurt your feelings, but sit back and take that, and then let's have a real conversation. We should always put ourselves out there a little bit if it was a world of, you know, people can handle it, but I don't give a fuck.
I'm big on honesty. I think we've actually had this conversation before on another one of your shows, though, that yes, most people don't actually want honesty. People really want you to tell them what they want to hear, and they want that to be the truth, and that's generally not what it is.
They get mad at you when you do it. And then try to coach you to do that shit.
Feelings over facts.
Yeah, like what they get. Let's go down now. What's up with these feelings?
I'm the only woman here. We're going facts.
Saying what? I didn't hear that. Say that again.
Feelings above facts.
Feelings above facts.
Eli's going to explain what he's talking about. What are we talking about?
All right, go ahead.
If you feel it some way, that's a fact. When in basically like science and basically simple general proof, you know what it is in front of you. Duck's a duck, a squirrel's a squirrel, chicken's a chicken. You know what the hell it is. Nowadays, if you feel it some way, it is fact. When in fact it is not fact.
Exactly. That's real. Hey, what you just said is real. And it's a fact.
It's not feelings, that's facts right there. And that's
because you want to know what though? I tell you right now, and I take this from, you know, I do my sports podcast or whatever. I take it from that situation. You know what I mean? A lot of people feel some kind of way. You know what I mean? Hold on.
Yeah. Feel like that. That's another thing. Like, everybody's emotional, really. Like, every guy, female, whatever, everybody has their emotion. But what's the fucked up part is to decipher the difference. If you should be feeling this and being emotional about this, that's some real shit, it's a fact. Or you just, sit your ass back and be like, no, that I can't even speak about this because I'm emotional right now. And I know that emotion bullshit's gonna come out and it's not gonna be some real shit. And I know this is a fact, but I'm not feeling it. Yeah. You should know that's the truth. But having these conversations where people like to lie and not be, not communicating as well, that builds a community of false talking and you not being able to accept the truth. Yeah. And you not even being comfortable in your own skin to tell somebody the truth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that goes around a lot. A lot of people do that. You know what I'm saying? And there's something that needs to be worked on, but I don't want to see people working on that shit. Only when they feel it's necessary to do so. And not what's logical and what's real about doing it. True. It should be done all the time. I'm not saying go out and tell on yourself. No, but I'm not saying go out and tell on yourself. But if if you're that type of person we need to bond and relate to, you're gonna be in my life like that. Okay, we had that conversation. But you don't just run to the street and say, hey, well, I like smacking bitches' ass. Well, I might say that myself, I'm saying. But but you know what I mean? Like, I like to chew on straws and then snip coke and say, Stupid shit like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You don't just go and tell a stranger. But I'm saying, like, if you having a conversation with somebody, they in your life and shit like that,
It makes
talk.
you feel a certain
You know what I'm saying? No, I can't be around. I can't stand that. I can't be around people who can't just like see the real in the conversation.
Yep.
Like, there's no reason. Some dude came up to me, like, I was at I'll tell real talk. Dude came up to me, right? He didn't even realize what he did. Nobody's talking to him. He came up to us. So that's you're entering a world of anything could go because you coming into our world, right? And then I don't know how the conversation got to it. The dude talk about my life is better. My life is better than yours. Already there, and you failed.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you don't know me, know what I've been through, or anything about my life. And then for you to even to have a thought process of comparing you to me, that means that you're already less than me. Because you want to compare yourself to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You like, I'm in a bar where you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to compare yourself to me? Obviously, you look up to me, my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm better, my life is better than yours. Why would you want to come up to me and say that? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. I get that.
Like why? Like, who cares about you? Like, who are you?
Yeah.
Like, you don't hear me trying to figure out your life. Fuck your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck.
World, why the hell
like, you come, you can't. I didn't go over there and say nothing to you. You came to my world, bro. Obviously, this is where you wanna be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ever met somebody like
I
that?
only caught the end of it. I lost the middle of this guy. I know somebody approached you. Somebody said something to you. They entered your space. That's all I got because the whole middle section.
That's my bad. But what I was saying was,
the thing froze.
Oh, yeah, you did freeze a little bit. What I was saying was, someone approached me in a bar and came into my world. I didn't go to his. He came into us talking. I forgot how it started, but he ended up saying that his life was better than mine. We're in the same bar, chilling, you know, getting drunk. But his life is better than mine. I said, obviously, I had an effect on him. And I'm somebody he needs to think about. And if he's trying to compare his life to mine, obviously mine is better than his because he's trying to have a better life than me, you know what I'm saying? Or trying to compare it. So obviously he's jealous about something.
If he really felt that way, he wouldn't have had to say it out loud.
Yeah, you know, and he would just go about his shit. If his life was better, he wouldn't even be in the same bar that I'm at. You know?
Exactly. Exactly.
But, like, what's better? Like, what do you mean is better?
What you mean? What you mean think is better? You know better? You know what happens when people say that type of shit, my nigga.
They love me.
No, number one, that's some jealous shit.
They love me.
And number two, because people think that they're financially better off, that they're in a greater situation than you are. No, I said, nobody, like I said, my guy I told you.
Is he blinking out or is that me?
No,
that's my yeah, because I'm eating. I got my food out. My sushi guy here. So somebody think that they're in a better. People like to say or think that their money defines them. That shit only pays your bills, my motherfucking nigga. That shit don't have an effect on your life. Right? Rich people kill themselves all the time. Right? Because you're not really, like I said before, the goal is to achieve financial stability and emotional wealth. Because if you're emotionally stable, you have more than a lot of motherfucking people do.
Facts.
True. Very true.
Facts.
You can get through almost anything if you're emotionally stable. Once you become unhinged, you start doing making bad decisions.
There you go. Perfect example.
Russell Crowe became unhinged.
Yep, exactly, right? You start doing a whole bunch of things that you don't want to do. Now I'm saying you chasing shit that you don't want to chase. Doing it just becomes it's bad. An emotionally stable person will make themselves very happy, and everything else will fall into place.
And that being said, that's to be emotionally stable, or you know what it said. What you said.
Emotionally wealthy.
Who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You will know what's your purpose. You will know your purpose. You will know. You need to know what you are, what you're capable of doing. You need to love yourself more than you say you do. You know what I'm saying? When you gotta run away from situations and always run, you don't know who you are. You should be able to face any situation, know how to adapt and advance.
Mm-hmm.
I told myself that. Nobody said I never heard nobody say that but me. They asked me, what kind of superhero would you be, or what would be your name, or whatever? It'd be Professor Adaptavance. Because no matter what situation I put myself, I'm going to adapt and advance in that motherfucker. If you have superpowers that I don't, I'm going to adapt and advance. And you know who does that? Motherfucking Batman. That's why I love Batman. He adapts and advances. That's why he can beat almost every superhero. But you know what I mean, Bruce Wayne.
Batman's trash.
Stuffy face.
Yeah.
But the moral of this conversation for just today is stop getting in people's shit and find out your own shit first. You know what I'm saying? Like my man Church said, I got it's on TikTok. I was on my TikTok. He said, sweep up your own house first before you start entering other people's shit. He said, clean up your own house.
Mm-hmm.
And clean up your shit. And it's like a lot of people said to go around back, yakking their fucking face, bougies chinned up, and all that stuff.
Hey, kind of, you know, tribute to the Shauna and her thing. You know what I mean? People talking about who they are. You know what I mean? And lying about it. You know what I mean? They ain't clean up their crib yet. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna tell me your shit lace and I come there and there's a roach on the wall. You know what I'm saying? You wanna fucking hear it, my nigga. You ain't clean shit, nigga.
No. And you didn't seal your holes in your house. But whatever. Oh. But yeah. Clean up your own shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, basically, it is what it is. I know we all got our own shit going on. But as long as you're in the fucking process and got the motivation to make yourself want to be better in life, that's all I'm here for. That's the motivation I'm trying to say. I know I'm a fuck up. I'm about to fuck up tonight. You know what I'm saying? All purpose.
So, wait, that's what I had to ask you, though. That was my accountability question.
I know. I was going to bring you back.
You know you were going to bring it back. You felt you already knew what it was.
Let's get it.
So I have this. So a question, you say hold yourself accountable, right? So when you say hold yourself accountable, right, and then you have accountability, are you prone, or not prone, that's the wrong word to use. Should you still make the same mistakes or have the same process that you did before if you're taking accountability?
I like the word you use with process. The word process. Should you use the same? I see you, Shauna. I see your mouth. What you mean? Hold on. The process part is what I was talking about. The same process, because people do things that they like to do, and they got in trouble doing it this way. But they use a different process of doing it so they won't get in trouble. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what this is what I like doing. You know what I'm saying? And this is what makes me happy. If I could find a way to do it without put myself in an accountable situation.
You held yourself accountable for the mistakes you made to get caught. That's still accountability. I figured out where I went wrong. I fixed it.
There you go.
So wait, but did you fix it and do the same thing? You fixed what you was doing the same way? Did you just tweak?
No,
did you tweak your badness? But did you tweak your badness? Did you?
Or am I holding myself accountable for getting caught? Which one am I holding myself accountable for?
So it doesn't matter whether you get caught or not, right? So once you hold yourself accountable, you're holding yourself. That has nothing to do with anything else, right? So you're holding yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Right.
But what
for the things that you've done. whether you've been caught or not, this is about growth, right? So when you look back and you be like, all right, my G, like I fucking did this, right? I didn't get caught, but that was wrong. That was wrong, right? So if you're trying to grow, you're going to evaluate yourself, right? You're going to look in the mirror. You're going to say, you fuck ass motherfucker. Like you did that fuck shit. You can't do that no more, right? So are you going to go, if you go back and you revisit the same thing or do the same thing that you was doing to fuck up before, how is that holding accountability for yourself?
Accountability held is not the same. Every accountability that's held is not the same. There's different levels. Like if you delete somebody and you did it just because you did it. Like I mean,
like I'm about to do right now.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not talking about computer wise. You know what I mean? You can't say it too much on YouTube. But if you just
I'm about to block you right now.
Somebody's live, right? And you just did it because you want to do it. You hold yourself accountable by I don't know. Like I wouldn't know because I'm not gonna kill some or delete somebody because there has to be a reason. You know what I mean? There has to be a reason that I really had to do it. But you know it's a bad thing. So you really have to hold yourself accountable differently. Now, if I drank and I like to drink and like to go out and have a good time, but I drove. And then but after I got in trouble, hold myself accountable, like I should not be driving because that's illegal. I'll get fucked up in the game. So I'm not going to drive anymore, but I'm going to go to that bar and drink. You know what I'm saying? But the drinking, is a part of you not thinking straight. But you know what? I'm thinking straight about drinking now. So I'm not going to drive.
This is some fuck shit. This is some fuck shit.
There were levels of accountability. No, you can't. You can't put you can't put all things that you do at the same type of accountability. You won't do nothing in life.
What you mean you won't do nothing in life?
You won't experience anything in life if you got to hold yourself accountable the same type of way.
So all right. So if you're not
somebody because they hurt my children, and I can justify that, where I can't unalive somebody because I was drinking and driving, that I would have to hold myself accountable for. That's not justified.
Yeah.
So that doesn't count with the minor things too. We just only being major about it.
Nobody said it didn't count.
Well,
We're saying that
you have
the same action, and
it's
different accountability.
Nah, but so even the minor things count towards your growth.
Right.
Right. So your those minute things that other people might not see, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what
or might not hold you accountable for. You're supposed to hold yourself accountable for those, so you can grow to be where you want to go.
But that's what we're saying. You can do it, but there's different levels of doing it. So we're still gonna do what we like to do, but I'm holding myself accountable. Like I know that I shouldn't be doing it. So how can I do this to move forward faster in my life, but still have fun?
You shouldn't sell drugs.
Because we're not.
So you shouldn't sell drugs, but you want to sell drugs better.
Right.
Yes.
Instead of just not doing it at all. Instead of just not doing it at all, knowing it's bad, you're just going to do it better.
But what's bad when it's a part of America? It's part of what we live. It's part of how we even grow. So like everybody's like, oh, you sell drugs. The government sells that shit to make
it does too, but guess what? There's also rules in place. Did you not listen to the rules?
But listen, what rules?
You are once again.
Hold on. Now you're trying to go down that zombie mindset of a whole, which you don't want to be. So don't go down that route. If that's
what you mean? Who I don't want to be? What you mean?
You are following rules.
No, I'm saying you following the rules because your accountability was trash. Because the accountability part was trash because you knew you didn't hold yourself accountable if you're trying to go back and do bad shit again. Knowing there's consequences to that. So you're not growing in any way. Which way are you growing?
Across the street.
Which way are you growing? Which way are you growing?
There's consequences going across the street.
Might get hit by a car.
Should I not cross the street? Should I stay?
Might get hit by a car. That's fate. That has nothing to do with anything else.
Federal law rules. Federal law. Does the federal people follow their laws?
I mean, technically, I'm a legal drug dealer federally.
You are. Yes, you are. You are. Now you are.
All right, but the federal law, right? So I am legally. I got a license. I can't show it to you, but I got one in here.
No, I know. Yep. Now you are.
But
Took a while.
federally, by the law, I'm wrong. So I mean, the law is not always right if we're going specifically by law.
This is what I'm saying. So when you're, but not specifically, right? So you don't have to be specifically. So if you're taking accountability for yourself, why are you going to go back and do the same thing? Like that's not okay. That's not okay. You can't go back and do the same thing and say I'm taking accountability.
Right. Well,
so you're basically lying to yourself.
What are you holding yourself accountable for? Well,
you're lying to yourself.
It depends on what you are holding yourself accountable
Figure out what
for.
you think accountability is then.
You're lying to yourself then?
No, wait, Steve. What do you think accountability is then? Like, what do you consider holding yourself accountable?
What do you mean? What I think I'm holding myself accountable with? I'm admitting my wrongs. I'm admitting my wrongs. Hold on. I'm admitting the things that I do wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm fixing them.
Okay, but all right, now we gotta ask you what is wrong.
Don't ask me that dumbass shit.
Well, all right, let me ask you a question. If somebody is affecting your family,
because that's going down a whole long, stupid ass rabbit hole that I don't want to go down that far.
You can stop now. I'm not done. If somebody's affecting your family and it's affecting you, are you going to keep doing? Are you going to allow it to keep happening, or are you going to do something for it not to happen? And if what you do has to delete that person, which is a bad thing, and it's wrong, but you have to do this, are you going to do it? Are you going to continue? Like, if somebody can.
That's a choice. I'm not being held accountable for that.
What happened?
I'm not being held accountable for a choice I'm making.
That's the only thing you'd be held accountable for.
Why? Because it has nothing to. Hold on. It holds no consequence to delete a family member. It holds no consequence, really.
He's talking about unalive. Like, delete.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, we're not talking about that. I'll block you right now. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that type of shit. We're not doing that. We're not talking about that. I'm not. That's a. I don't live in that type of shit. I don't live in that type of shit, so I'm good. Like I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So
I totally misread. I totally misread what you had to say. So that I'm straight. I don't do that. I'm out.
There's no conversation.
I'm out. I misread that. I didn't know what you were saying. I did not comprehend. So yeah, no, I'm out on that question. You better come up with something else different. So
okay,
but yes, holding yourself accountable like, for your wrong choices, right? But it's what parts are you holding yourself accountable for? And I'll break down as an example. All right, somebody cheats on somebody, and the other person finds out. Okay, now this person who's been caught, right? They're going to hold themselves accountable in one way or another, and they're going to make changes. Are they going to hold themselves accountable like, I should not have done that to my partner? And then they figure out and fix those things? Or are they going to be like, damn it, I shouldn't have left my phone out. That's where I went wrong. I'm holding myself accountable for the poor choices I made to get caught. Still, I'm making changes. I'm still holding myself accountable. So it depends on which part you're holding yourself accountable for.
So we have, like you said, there's levels to holding yourself accountable. So basically, no. So, but when you say that, basically you're making an excuse for your bad choice and example. So you're giving yourself leeway to fuck up again. Or you're giving yourself leeway to fuck up again.
You live in the world. You have all the leeway to fuck up.
I'm not saying that, but if you're talking about
specific situation, they're still holding themselves accountable, just not for the things that you think they should be holding themselves accountable for. Which I agree with you. Okay, I agree with you, by the way. But in their minds, I've still made changes. I'm holding myself accountable for the wrongs I did, and the wrongs I did got me caught.
And I understand that when you say that. When you say there's levels, and I understand exactly what you're saying.
Somewhat of growth, it's maybe not in the direction they should be taking.
But exactly, because that's not growth when you say I'm holding myself accountable for this part, but not this part. You gotta hold yourself accountable for the whole thing, and you have to make the change, as Michael Jackson said once at once. Like, I don't want to fucking hear, oh, I'm only making a change for this part, and I'm not making a change for that part, because that's only half the fucking battle, my nigga. We're not doing that. We're either growing all the way, we either growing all the way, or we're not growing at all. Because at some point, your stunt gets growth. Your growth gets stunt, my nigga. Like, we're not doing that.
Wait. You gotta understand the origin of the conversation. You added other words to it. Holding yourself accountable is you not lying about this your shitty part. You knowing your part in the situation. You not lying about it. You letting it out there. Like, yep, I fucked up. That's my situation. That's not saying you ain't gonna do it again or repeat. It's you're being real about your shit. That holding yourself accountable. I made the situation happen. You added growth and change it and mix it and fix it. You added those. Holding yourself accountable is one. I did this shit. Yes, I was part of that shit.
But isn't that a part of? But isn't that a part of it though?
It's absolutely a part of change. Yes.
It is part of change, but that doesn't mean it's fun. It doesn't mean it's the way you're saying it.
Yeah.
I'm completely not even cheating, right? Let's say I have a history of dating horrible men, right? I'm not saying I do. Let's just say I do, right? Hypothetically. I have a history of dating horrible men. I could always blame them, or I have to hold myself accountable and realize what the hell am I doing or not doing that has me date 3 people in a row that all end up with the same issues. So I hold myself accountable there, right? That's in a more positive fashion. They still might be horrible people, but I have to hold myself accountable for how I ended up with those people.
Yeah, but you know what? What's holding yourself accountable if that's what you want?
If that's what?
You know what I'm saying? If that's what a person wants and they do that, well, how is holding that accountability if that's what they want? I think in order to even use the word accountability, it's you wanting a better outcome of your life.
Right.
Now you have to hold yourself accountable if you're lying about it, if you're, trying to act like this ain't who you are. You know what I'm saying? There has to be some beginning to it. You know what I mean? If you want better, or if someone sees and says something that you're doing that you should be like, oh, no, I'm not. And like, you were part of it. No, I'm not. And you're doing the blame game. That's when accountability comes in, when you want to do better. But if that's where you want to be, in life, and that you want to be a liar, you want to be this and that and that, you can't hold yourself accountable because that's who you want to be.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Gotcha.
So we like to sit there and we like to sit there and throw a lot of words around and use them in conversation instead of like seeing the origin of how you're supposed to be using that word and what we're talking about. Because anybody can like go down the rabbit hole. This is part of the rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. Anybody can go down the rabbit hole and make up words to make it go down this way. But I started to talk about this way. And we can't finish that conversation or talk about it this way if you're going to use this word to change the whole outlook of what we're talking about. So like I was saying, accountability, you have to want growth. Or somebody would want something from you for you to hold yourself, or you know what I mean, better for accountability. Yeah. Because if you're a liar, you're a liar. You know what I mean? You don't have to hold yourself accountable because I want to lie. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to be a dickhead. And I want to date multiple men. This is where I want to be. Mm-hmm. There's no accountable for it because you're that person. But if you try to portray and act like, and somebody confronts it, and then you want to change, that's holding yourself accountable.
But portraying is something different than who you are and what you do. You make a choice.
But and I'm saying that's who you are. But if it comes to where someone calls you out and you're acting like you're not part of it and you want growth, you have to hold yourself accountable first before you grow. If you want
most people who have to hold themselves accountable actually care about what the fuck they're doing that they did wrong.
Right. That's growth.
If you don't care, you don't have to hold yourself accountable.
That's what I just said.
So when you care, then you want to change 100% of what you care about. You don't want to change 50%. You don't want to be half in. You want to be all in.
You
gotta
can
be more
want, but
specific.
there is a difference between
I get
healing
what you're saying.
and being healed. So you can sometimes be half in. You're like on your way. Like I
Yeah,
can.
you gotta learn how to be full accountable for
But
it.
aren't you still trying to get there?
Yeah,
So
of
you gotta
course.
learn how to
That's
be
the
fully
thing.
All right, so
accountable.
you don't want to
I'm all
make.
in on the journey, but I'm not all in on the final product yet.
But that's what your goal is, to get there, right? So you're not. So you're trying not to make the same mistake. And if, all of us up here are way fucking smarter than the average motherfucker, right? So at the end of the day, you're not gonna make those same mistakes. So if you're making those same mistakes, you're making yourself a bad decision and a bad person at that point.
Yes.
But what you were saying earlier, that I said I'm going tonight to fuck up, right? He said you're gonna do the same thing. No, I'm gonna fuck up in a way that's
different way?
not gonna get me fucked up in the game. I'm gonna have a fucking good time, but I'm gonna do it in a good time, responsible way to get fucked up and get have a fucking good time. So before, who gives a fuck type attitude, let me drive and drink, or let me drive and go fuck, do this and that. You shouldn't be doing that. Consequence to that could fuck up your whole life. Boom, it happens. I want to do better. I'm gonna hold myself accountable. I'm not gonna sit there like I didn't do it. That's not the decision I didn't make. Somebody else made that decision for me. No, I got in the car. I drank. I was in there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I had a child. Like, even when I have a child. Oh, it's her fault. No, you put your dick in there. You wasn't responsible. You had a because a lot of people talk about this. Like, oh no, it's his fault. His fault. A lot of people blame the father, and that's what I'm talking about. But how'd you get there? Like, how you blaming most of the shit on the father? You got pregnant too by opening your leg. You wasn't smart in the situation, just like he wasn't smart. Y'all both 50-50 in the bitch, or 100% accountable on your own end. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's doing the blame game. That's why accountability. If you wanna be bougie, be a real bougie. You know what I'm saying? You have to hold yourself accountable. Know why you hold yourself, why you're a bougie, and who you want to be like. But you can't sit up there and be like, you can't be doing shit that's less than being bougie and call yourself bougie. You can't be a queen if you ain't act like a queen. You can't be a great mother or a great father if you ain't taking accountability of the reason why you in the situation you in. Mm-hmm. I tell somebody right away, no, I'm not a good father, and I don't even know how to be one. But I'm striving to learn to be one. You know what I'm saying? And my accountability is, I'm saying this. That this is what I do. What I'm not putting the effort, and I don't put 100% effort to change it in that situation. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's holding yourself accountable.
So when you say that, so just take that part for example, right? So any of the couple things that you like put on yourself, right? I don't care what they are, right? When you evaluate yourself, are you making the correct steps to hold yourself accountable and make the change?
I'm learning what correct steps to take to even say that I'm holding myself accountable. So if I'm saying I'm trying to hold myself accountable, I'm already in the process of trying to make things work for me. To even try to use the word accountable, I want to be in a better position. You dig? And me using that and saying what I'm saying, like, I know that I'm not this, when a lot of people be like, no, I'm that father, or I'm that mother, or I'm that person, and it's obvious that you're not. Be real. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? That's where I want to be. But if you where I want to be.
But so here's the flip side. You're either gonna take the steps correctly and not say and not make the excuse that, oh, I'm learning, because you already learned if you're not doing it. You already know what you did wrong. You already know what you did wrong. You know what you did wrong. So therefore, you know what not to do.
In that situation.
In that situation. So that's where you have to take the necessary steps. If you say, I'm learning, you already learned, because you already know what you did to fuck up.
What you're saying, it's not 100% one way.
It's never 100%.
You learn that way in that situation. How many times have you wanted this goal? It's a decent goal, but you wanted to go. You thought you should go this way about it. Didn't work. but you're still trying to get there. So you went a different way. It didn't work. So you got to realize you're doing almost the same shit, but different ways to get to that way, because you have to do it a certain type of way, but you have to do it differently each way to figure out the right way to get there. But you're going to get there. You just have to deal with these ways. So you can't say that, oh, you have to take the correct. You're learning what correct step to take, because you're learning each time you fail. You can't fucking win without knowing how to fail. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know how that win is without failing. You have to fail to learn how to win properly. You may off the humbug win some shit given to you, that type of shit given it to you, but to learn how to win makes you a better winner, a humble person, a better person. So you can't deny, you can't just use these words and just mean it one way. Everything means something different with your situation. So correct is not 100. Correct is learning to a correct way.
I do agree with you, but I do just want to say, I don't know your total situation. I know some, but not all, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to kids, we are racing against the clock.
True.
You don't have multiple fuck-up times because time runs out at some point, and then they're not kids anymore. And
Yeah, then you gotta learn on the fly.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a real savage.
I have different.
I would love to have been
I'm
through
racing
that.
against the clock for my kids' age.
Mm-hmm. I'll be real about myself. I know I should have been different with my kids, but for me not to even like learning even who I am, how do I even know how I need to be? You know what I'm saying? Like there's no excuse. But the way I know myself and how I learn things and how I go by things, I like to know that I'm capable of doing something. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if I'm in a situation where I got put in a situation and allowed it for me to be backed up from another person, and that person was forcing me not to be in that at the time, and I had to make decisions to get my life, because I'm still the most important person, because what can I give my kids if I'm not doing nothing for myself? If I'm not healthy, if I'm not here, or there, you can't do shit. If I can't keep my legs moving, how am I supposed to get up to go see the kid? If I can't keep my ears, how am I supposed to hear them? I need to keep myself in a positive area or place for me to even be a positive person or a father for my kids, or try to be a father. So I'm going off. I'm going off of what I've learned and who I am by observing myself, how I should proceed with things. And a lot of people won't agree. A lot of people won't agree the way I go by things, and I don't give a fuck. But I know what works for me.
But also, I'm on the opposite side of what you're talking about, right? So like,
okay.
Not to get too far, but I'm a single mom, and it's generally just me, right? And I've had I don't have this. I was out of a job. I didn't have this, and I didn't have that, which is all accurate from the other side. However, I've had these same things happen on my side, and I don't get the same. It's a luxury, really, to be able to only think about yourself. That's a luxury. So I'm not saying I disagree with the things you're saying. I'm just saying if you do want to be better, you are running against the clock, and I fucking
I already know that.
Anything that you got, you do it anyway. You can have everything fucking wrong. Maybe your fucking leg is broken, you can't walk, you do it anyway.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say, and they fucking destroy their own lives doing shit that they think they're forced to be doing.
Shit. That's not wrong. That's not wrong.
It's gonna be my
way.
way.
I'd be in a different position. Not have made sacrifices as a mom for sure.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting there at 80, right? Some of those sacrifices you make, those aren't gonna matter to you anymore.
But if I'm sitting there at 80, right, and I had a decision to see that I can provide without seeing my kids, I can provide a financial stable. They don't have to worry about a shit again. And my sacrifice was not seeing them, putting in the work through the world. If I see that picture and I fight for that picture, It is what it is. I put myself and also got put in this position, and I'm learning from it, and I'm adapting to it. And this is what because no one can sit there and be like, well, you should do it this way and walk these steps. Those are your feet. Mm-hmm. They're not mine. Like you could walk a little bit faster than me and get to a place before me, and you win something because you got there a little bit faster because your legs was faster, mine wasn't. But if I go a different route and I can hang from a tree, I beat you there. Like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell somebody, yes, we can take your advice. A lot of people see that's a lot of fucked up communication goes that way also, because a lot of people don't accept what another person does for them that works for them. And realize that, yes, you're giving me advice and I should just take it how I need to take it, not the way you want to make it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of people have that little argument. No, I understand. That's the way you got it. Yeah, I dig it. And you know what? I feel that, and I want to go on that route too. But the way I do things, the way I went through what I went through, the emotional things I do when I do this that you don't know nothing about, I have to go it this way because I know the animal doing it the way you said to do it. It's not going to work for me. I already been down that line. But no, I'm not going to tell you that because I'm still trying to figure out how you going to understand what I'm doing. But go ahead.
So your goal, right? And your goal is your goal. I'm not going to judge it either way. But the way you're making it sound, at first you said you want to be a better dad, but what you then said is what you want to provide. So you don't actually want to be a better dad. You want to have the money to make up for the time you lost.
No.
Those are two different goals.
No.
That's fine if your goal is money.
No matter what, the mother nurtures, right? The mother wants to nurture, right?
The what?
The mother wants to nurture, right?
Of course.
And that's what she does. That's her goal. That's what she thinks her goal is. So she's going to nurture. She's going to protect. She's going to protect and provide them in a certain way. I was raised to be a provider no matter what. Both our goals is to make sure what our kids to be better for the future because she's going to nurture them to be healthy for the future.
That's why lions have it right.
I see she might be so nurturing. She might be so nurturing that she doesn't see the financial future. I might not be no nurturing, but I see my kids' financial future. So we're working on a different path to go different ways for a goal that we both have in the same. So that's what I'm saying. Nobody understands that.
Lions are bad examples of lionesses.
Huh?
No, he said just like lions, but I said lionesses are actually the ones that go out and get the meat, so they're nurturing.
That's why I said that. But that's why I said that.
But
I said they got it right. I said they got it right because the males are the protectors. They stay home, they protect the kids. The lioness goes out and gets the food. She brings that shit back because y'all are beasts in your own way. So go get the motherfucking food. Go to the grocery store. Y'all get to clip them coupons. Come back, bring y'all shit. And then we get to fucking do it, and then we protect the kids at home. So they actually got it correct. But
listen, but what I see is that we understand what they do, and they act like we don't. We understand, but they don't understand what we have to do in the position that we're put in. Also, yes, y'all have to be more aggressive and shit because you're a single mom. Power to you. I agree. Do that, but understand like what is your accountability for your man or whatever the person you had dealt with to have a child with. You picked him. You decided to open your legs to him, love him, like him, say he was even worthy enough to have a child with you. That's full accountability on your part because you picked that nigga. So how many bad shit you say about the motherfucker? If you want to any bad shit you say about a man, you have to say it 2 times harder to yourself because you're the one that picked that.
I know.
Right. So there should be too much shit that you're accountable for your shit ways. But a lot of people don't want to be accountable for their shitty ways.
No, I'm for sure accountable.
Right, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying generally. Generally speaking, it's like that's the reason why they keep no communication.
But money is not the only thing that men are supposed to provide.
It's not. You're thinking about money. Financial is comfortable. Yeah, I'm talking about out there in the world building. Financial is not only just money. It's stability. And it takes a person that can't be home nurturing and holding hands, and it takes that beast to go out there, give me this because these kids need this shit. And I will hurt because that's what the fathers do. Will hurt in the meantime that I don't get to be there to see the first step, holding and nurturing. But guess what, my goal that you don't see, that you always rah about me instead of helping me with it, I can help you and be there. Stop getting down my throat about the dumb shit. Let's talk how we can figure this out as parents, because we both opened our legs, stuck something in, was stupid about fucking, and had a child. So let's be stupid about being smart and fucking work together. I don't give a fuck how you feel about me. Talk about it, write it in a letter, give it to me later. But when we talk about these kids, it should be a whole different world we in. You just see father, mother working together in this circle. Once we out of there, fuck you, bitch, I don't care. But when it comes to the kids, you should be working with me so I can work with you. I should be working with you so you can work with me. Stop getting in my throat. If I can't pay right now, figure out why. Let's work on that. You ain't above me to be telling me, oh, something happened in this job and you can't shut the fuck up. Because right now I got to deal with the system with the bullshit, how to get a job back to take care of your ass so you will be my ass. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Know how to communicate. Know somebody's purpose. You put your ass down in that situation. Hold yourself accountable in every situation.
Never get a good response doing that.
I don't care. You know what it's going to do?
You're the one saying you need to communicate. You should care. If you want communication, then tell me to shut the fuck up.
You got to control what you care about communicating. The full thing's caring. That's why I'm communicating. Because if I didn't care, I'm not going to talk to you. But if actions show you care too. Everybody won't work. Hey, I care. Oh, I'm accepting now. No, I'm showing you. I'm talking to you. That means I care. I can dismiss you. You can be non-existent. I don't give a fuck about you. That's when you know I really don't care. But if I'm telling you, communicate, hey, listen, I'm trying to get this done so I can take the kid, or I'm trying to do this and this. Work with me. Let's work something out. It's not on your time all the fucking time. Because you're the mom and I had the kid. No, we had the kid. You wouldn't have it without my dick. So let's work. You work to get the dick in there. Work the baby out. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop doing this shit. Like, we all go through shit in life, but if another person that ain't doing the right shit, then you should hold me accountable, because you don't even know what I'm going through, and you don't even ask. You don't care. It's just you should have your demands. Shut the fuck up. If we ain't working together, you have no demands. You have no demands. I don't care. If you ain't working with me, honey, you shouldn't have demands. I don't care what you talk about. You ain't working with me, so I got to do what I got to do. There's deadbeat niggas out there. Yes, I understand that. Know that what they are. But that motherfucker that's trying to be there that you keep pushing away, not saying y'all in general, I'm just saying that most of the guys I push, and then the girls, ladies, women, whatever you want to call them, don't want to hold themselves accountable on how they were the cause of pushing the man out, because they thought it was okay to just be down his throat because we're not doing what you say. Fuck you. No, everybody need to learn their place. We all human.
I do know women that keep men away from their children. I don't agree with that. Right, but I definitely want to say that specifically this conversation, because if we go situation by situation, it's going to
that's why I'm not going situation. I'm talking about in general, things like this happen. We got to know that.
But I don't think there is a general.
Yeah, it is a general, because what you do is take yourself out of it and your emotions, because what you're doing is, but this didn't happen when I did it. I'm talking about you. But there are situations out there similar where you can understand what I'm talking about. And you can see if you were in that situation, understand that. So everybody keeps being emotional.
What you're asking for is empathy that you're not willing to give. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I understand you've been through it, but nobody's talking about that right now. I've been through it. I need you to listen to me. So you want
no, it's not. It's what people are going through. I never said nothing about
like, fuck your shit.
See, you're putting words in because you're thinking about yourself.
I'm asking.
What it was is the general conversation. People do this. People do this. Guys do this. Women do this. That's what I'm talking about. This is generalization. I'm not saying, hey, Shauna,
actually, no, I wasn't talking about my situation. No, I'm not talking about my situation.
Yourself, but you're being triggered. You're being triggered because of your own situation. Instead of thinking outside the box logically that people go through this. So if I was ever to go through what they did, what would be my most logical thought about it? And what would I would know that she's emotional or he's emotional in a situation due to this. Instead of putting myself in there, I'm gonna put myself in there through my shit that makes me emotional. Let me put myself in there to understand. Instead of what makes you emotional, change that shit around, put yourself in there to understand, not be emotional about it. You may have it, but learn the difference. In this situation, it's a conversation on podcast to know understanding, not to be emotional, because the conversation needs to get on and needs to be understanding because people are watching. So we get triggered and be like, oh, I did this and I was like, no. But they are, or people out there are dealing with this. What are you going to do if you had to deal with that?
If I had to deal with what, a kid's father like that? Like specifically what situation? Because you talked about a few things.
In a situation,
like,
in a situation, man and woman, with Adam and Eve, right? The advanced ones. Adam and Eve, they were unresponsible. There was condoms right by the tree that they was fucking in. They didn't use them. Now she's pregnant, right? He's sitting there like, I'm there for you. I'm there for you. You got to get a job for the future. All right, I'm going to go get a job. He works all day. She's home all day. She's missing him. He comes home. He's tired. You took all day to get home. Blah, 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 blah. He's like, damn, I just wanted to relax real quick and I'll get to you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you think you need to? There's no understanding there, right? It says it goes on constantly. He's like, listen, I just need to want to talk about he's being calm or she's being calm. Vice versa, whatever situation you want to put it in. Somebody's not communicating properly because nobody wants to understand each other, right?
Yes, so that whole situation, falling through.
Yep, and then you end up breaking up the child. You end up a single mom. He ends up has to go out there, and the single mom saying it's just this situation, because I'll flip it. The single mom is like, you're not doing good. You have to do this. You have to be here all the time, but you have to go get the money. I need to sit here and take care of the kids, but we need the money. Bills need to pay. She's just in his ear. Vice versa, the man's like, you ain't doing shit. You ain't taking care of the kids right. I got to come home, all that. No communication, not learning or knowing situation you're put in. And not see the bigger goal is to work together. You break up. One person's like, well, he kept arguing with me. She kept on, and I had to retaliate, this, that. That's your excuse. Instead of like, I should have just been a bigger person and seen the situation and made it better because the biggest goal was the kids. Simple as that.
I do agree.
Be emotional. So do you agree that a lot of emotions fuck up situations?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So if we know that there's an emotional person running around here fucking up a lot of situations, and that's the majority, wouldn't you agree that emotional people are fucking up a lot of situations nowadays?
Absolutely, but I think also some people don't take responsibility for their actions being emotional. Take no offense, but when you're telling somebody, shut the fuck up, I don't care what you have to say, that is an emotional response. It's an angry response, that's still an emotion.
No, but like, I didn't say I told them that. I said, why can't they just shut the fuck up? That was speaking, not saying it to them.
Okay, that's why I repeated back to you is that you were like, I thought you said I say shut the fuck up. Like that's not.
No, I never.
Like,
I never said I too much. Yeah, I don't say I too much.
Okay, so I'm like that is an emotional response. All right, so that whole conversation, that's why I was super confused and looking at you like you're talking about being emotionally intelligent, but you're also talking about telling people to shut the fuck up, and that doesn't align. It doesn't, because I don't have to agree with you, and what you're saying can annoy the fuck out of me, but that's not the appropriate way to communicate.
Right. No,
if I want to accomplish something.
No, you're absolutely right.
If you can be off your fucking rocker, and I'd be like, hey, we're going to have to take a moment, right? That's the proper way to communicate if I want an end goal.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the bigger mind. So say that was what I did. Say, shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen those situations? Because you're explaining to me that that's not the proper way, right? So you had to go through a lot of different situations knowing that to know it's not the proper way or the normal way to do things to get things accomplished, right? How do you?
Absolutely, yeah. I've been both. The person who told shut the fuck up, told somebody shut the fuck up. I got you.
So don't you think even working on a bigger mind that if people were not, your response is emotional also. You know what I'm saying? If someone attacked you, well, not attacked, just said, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
A bigger mind would know that if they've been around that person, that's not them. They're emotional. Knowing that emotions go fuck up a situation, let me, since they're emotional, I can't be. Positive, negative, they need to work together. I can't be. Because it'll go to a state where we're both emotional, shit will happen, and nothing will happen in the proper way. Mm-hmm. So, back up, and you be the bigger person. Let me calm myself down so I can calm that person down. Do you ever see people doing that, a bigger mind in that situation? The majority.
Sure, yeah.
The majority.
No,
I'm trying to get
the
the conversation.
majority of people are not emotionally intelligent. You asked me if I ever see that. Sure, I have.
Okay.
The majority of people are not emotionally intelligent. I don't necessarily associate with those people, but I see them on Facebook all the time. And let me tell you who needs Jerry Springer.
So, all right.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to go down. Now I'm going to say this because now that you said that, this needs to be said. When something's said to a person and they get triggered, doesn't majority go down the drain when they're trying to explain something that they know this is a fact, but they're trying to put themselves in a situation to lower the majority, to lower what the majority of people are doing? Because, all right, for example, you can say this. The divorce rate is 85% women's fault, right? And it was like, and that's the majority, that's what's going around. You can say that. That's the statistics, whatever. But if somebody doesn't know the ratio, and somebody just says, yo, I guarantee the majority of people, the majority of the ending of marriages is women. If somebody don't know it, they'll be like, They'll be like, I know somebody who's together. I know somebody who is together, been together for 50 years. That's their comparison to a majority. But they're willing to fight because they know one person, the anecdotal situation, to make a bigger, you know what I mean? But they know for a fact that if they really get themselves out of it and look at the majority, what they see even around them, or what's the majority of what's going on social media, whatever it may be, the influence, the biggest influence is the majority of negative shit. Is where you get the statistics of 85% divorce rate for women, because people are going out there asking different people. You know, they're seeing it, the statistics of even paperwork.
And that's basically where they get
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Right. So what I'm trying to get at is there's no communication, proper communication, because everybody's in their feelings about a conversation. And right when like just a simple word that you didn't hear got you looking at me like I'm crazy, when I had to sit back and be like, listen.
You seem very contradictory, and that don't make no sense, man.
Right, because you didn't hear one word. You know what I'm saying? And everybody went, instead of like, is this what you said? So it can be clear. And so we can be on the same ground of calm speaking, civil, nobody being emotional. Everybody knew what emotional. Hold on. You said what?
So when you first said it, I said, I don't think you should tell them to shut the fuck up. So like I stated, that's what I heard.
Well, I don't think I responded to you saying you should tell them. I don't know if I responded to you about that.
Then you tell them to shut the fuck up. So I did address what I heard.
Maybe you took it as I said it.
Doesn't accomplish anything.
You should. What does it accomplish? What?
Yeah, I don't feel like that.
Any conversation be accomplished if you have a level-headed person in the room. Anything can be accomplished if you have a level-headed person in the room. And most of the time,
a level-headed person's not talking to somebody and telling them to shut the fuck up.
People get triggered too fast. It doesn't matter if anybody says shut the fuck up. A level-headed person would know. Well, he's being emotional, so we know how to treat that person and say, but I'm gonna stay calm, because in order to get things moving, somebody has to be calm, be level-headed. But most of the time, everybody's always triggered by a simple word. Why can't I say shut the fuck up when you know you need to?
That's rude.
I shouldn't even have to go that route of saying shut the fuck up. Why? Hold on. Why do I even have to say? But why? What's not productive is this. Why do I even have to say shut the fuck up? Why am I even emotional in this situation? And when I'm supposed to be in a room for level-headed minds?
I'm sorry, I am getting a little confused because you said I should be able to tell them shut the fuck up, and then said, why would I say shut the fuck up? So I'm not really sure.
First, I'm saying this. You got to get the whole conversation. First, I said this. I said, why shouldn't you be able to say shut the fuck up when there's a level-headed mind in the room? They should know. And I actually said, why shouldn't you know to shut the fuck up? Because what I originally said was they should shut the fuck up. I didn't say I'm telling them to shut the fuck up. I said they should shut the fuck up. Knowing the situation, they shouldn't be loud, obnoxious, emotional. Shut the fuck up, observe, assess the situation, and have a civil conversation. That's where the shut the fuck up. You should know it yourself. Whether it be shut the fuck up, shh, be quiet, hush down, little lady, what it may be, you should know you should be in that situation. If you don't know that you rah, 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 if you rah, 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 you're automatically not going to get anywhere. Who cares what anybody says? If you're rah, rah as a response, of course we're not going to get anywhere because you just entered a lower level with me. So that just goes to show where both of our heads are at. You know what I'm saying? So automatically it's a lower level of conversation. If I say shut the fuck up, well, maybe you're being very emotional. Let me step back a little bit. But I'm not going to be aggressive because I get aggressive, you get more aggressive. It's not going to end well. So my level-headed mind, as a very mature person, I know you. You just saying shut the fuck up. You don't mean it. So who cares what you're talking about? You should know the difference. So can you calm down real quick? Talk. What we're like that, that doesn't exist anymore in the conversation or communication. Everybody gets triggered by simple shit. Why can't somebody say shut the fuck up to you? Even if why? You're in the same room as me. So obviously we have some type of comfortability to say shut the fuck up. It's a free country, freedom of speech. Who the fuck are you? And your reaction.
If we're having a discussion and what I'm speaking about. Because if right now I turned to you and was like, yo, shut the fuck up. You're not going to take that well no matter what. So I don't feel like I should take it well from you. I'm not going to engage with somebody who talks to me like that. Personally, because I'm going to look at you and go, don't talk to me like that. There's no need. That shows a complete lack of respect. And once you lose that, we don't have a conversation anymore. So that's what I mean why you shouldn't say that, because you can say if somebody's getting emotional, instead of shut the fuck up, be like, I don't like the way you're acting right now. That's you saying level-headed. You telling somebody to shut the fuck up is just, like you said, going to elicit more emotion from them. It doesn't fix anything. And if I'm saying something you don't like, that's fine. I totally understand. You absolutely can, but for you to turn to me and be like, yo, shut the fuck up. You literally don't respect me. It's not even that you don't like what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't do that to you.
How do you
There's plenty of things that you say I don't agree with.
That don't make no sense.
Because it's rude. Because it's ignorant and rude. And if I respect you as
no.
I'm going to talk the way that I respect you.
So let me ask you a question. You ever curse at your mom?
No.
Never. You ever do anything outside of what she wanted you to do?
At this point in my life, like right now,
no, not this point. You've done it, right?
Yeah, and it was disrespectful.
Okay, so but you respect your mom. Y'all still talk, right? Y'all got over. Y'all were able to have a level conversation, whatever.
Sure.
Y'all still growing.
Yeah.
Okay, how are you able to do that?
Because I held myself accountable and I grew up. I would never, ever, ever do those things today. I'm not a teenager, so I don't feel like that's comparable. When I was 18 and fighting with a boyfriend, absolutely, I'd say some vile shit. If I was fighting with a boyfriend today, not ever.
So you saying your youngness, you can't hold yourself accountable because you were young?
No, I held myself accountable and I made those changes. I would not participate in those same things today.
But when you were 18, you still knew right and wrong. Right or wrong?
What's your point? Because it sounds like what you're trying to say to me is like, even though I know I'm wrong for being disrespectful, I'd still find that I did it. Like, I don't think
because if we're
at 18, it wasn't fine that I did it. I learned from it, but I would not do it today. I have respect.
Right. All right. So with the conversation we're having now, I'm listening to everything you're saying and your body language and all that stuff, right? That shut me saying that, which I didn't say it the way you thought I said it. So I fixed that. So it should be a different thought process of what I'm talking about when I say shut the fuck up. But it's going back to me saying that. But going to that conversation, if someone did say shut the fuck up, what I'm trying to get at is the level head and knowing for it to be a decent conversation. And for you to have respect for yourself, to know more and know that it isn't disrespect. If somebody turns and says, shut the fuck up, that's not disrespect because you don't even know where it came from. Because a lot of people get emotional and act out, and they don't even know who you are right now because their mind is somewhere else. So the level of the person will get to know why they even said that, why they're even telling you to shut the fuck up when you know they wouldn't. There's no conversation that way where somebody is trying to get an understanding. It's always trigger when it comes to a conversation. And nobody wants to be understanding. You get so much further if there was understanding. If someone's saying like someone called me the Nigger name, right? Normally, I see people, why? I'm Jim Savage. Whatever word you just called me, I know that's not me. Automatically, I know if you know the statistics of what goes on, or you know how everybody's treating the word, you know if somebody says it, it's a bad thing. If it comes out of somebody's mouth and it's not mine, that shows who they are. My response is who I am, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So if I'm acting out because someone called a name that I'm not, that just makes you less than them. So if somebody says shut the fuck up and you want to respond to that, not trying to see the whole point of why it was even said in that aura and why even in the room that you're in, you can't even figure out your life if you're not able to sit there and realize why you're in a room with somebody who you know that wouldn't say that to you.
I'm not.
You say it because if it was somebody you didn't know, it's not disrespect. But if it was somebody you did know,
I didn't know. Now it's hands. There it is. That I'm not. I don't think. I wish there's more people on the call. There's a point in time where you said shut the fuck up to somebody nicely.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Yes. There's all types of ways to communicate. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, I know. I'm a pretty good
You have to be the most level-headed person in the world. You have to be the level-headed person in the room for a conversation.
Sure. And as a level-headed person, if somebody told me to shut the fuck up, I would no longer conversate with them. I'm not going to participate when you're going to talk to me like that.
Okay, hold up. What if? Let me say this. What if a guy was not a guy, a CEO? I'm just the man or woman, whatever. CEO is offering you had skills, and they were the best company for you. You'll grow, and you're talking in an interview, and he's trying to tell you. He says, "Shut the fuck up." He says, "Just like shut the fuck up."
I'm gonna say you can't talk to me like that. I have said you can't talk to me like that to above bosses. So personally, if you're asking me, not anecdotal, just personal, I don't care what position you hold. You're not going to talk to me like that. Nor am I going to let you think that you can. I'm not going to get hired under the pretense that you can talk to me like that. How miserable would my life be? So then if that's a part of this deal, that every day somebody can just come out their mouth to me and I have to sit there and take it, I'm not taking the deal.
Okay.
So, yeah, no. I will talk to people respectfully. We can disagree a lot, right? I'm never going to swear at you. I might swear with you, but I'm never going to swear at you. And telling somebody to shut the fuck up is swearing at them.
But what? And just him saying, was it just him saying shut the fuck up, or the way he said it, or just the word shut the fuck up?
Obviously, the words in general, but like, yes, obviously the way you say it is different. Where if like somebody was like, oh, remember that outfit you wore to that club that night? And be like, yo, shut the fuck up, right? That's obviously not the same thing as if we're having a conversation like we're having right now, and you were to turn to me and be like, Shauna, shut the fuck up.
Okay, so
scenario.
Because let me explain what I already just said to you, right? I said this. You with the CEO. You're perfect for the job. He's talking, but you keep talking. And he goes, shut the fuck up. You still gonna be like, you don't talk to me that way? Are you gonna,
Yes, please don't talk
do
to me
that?
like that. Yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna kindly say, please don't talk to me.
You say disrespect, and you're gonna go about your way. You can't go with that. All right.
Right.
But weren't you talking over the CEO of the person that's trying to give you the job?
I don't care if you're a janitor or CEO. You're not gonna be
So
rude to me.
you don't care. You're
Just like
just
I wouldn't be
talking
rude
to
to
anybody
you.
that's trying to give you a job. That's how I started the conversation with.
Say that again. The last part. Are you?
So
I'm not gonna do that to me.
he's there to give you the best for the job. He picks you. He's the CEO. He's talking to you. He's trying to talk, and you keep talking over him. So he goes, "Shut the fuck up." And you say,
Yeah, that's not appropriate.
Don't talk to me this way.
In this specific situation.
But what did you
You're
do?
talking about
Where's your
that's
accountability?
inappropriate.
Where's your accountability in that situation? Instead of jumping down his
I'm not
throat.
saying that I don't have to hold myself accountable for interrupting somebody, but I'm still not going to allow them to talk to me like that.
Okay, but
You can tell me not to interrupt you without being rude.
But holding yourself accountable is also seeing what position you put someone in to be like that. Because if you're being disrespectful to the CEO that's never been disrespected by anybody ever, and you're being disrespectful, he's automatically going to be a certain way also. Your actions made him react in a way. So
okay, but
in order to hold yourself accountable right in that situation, I'd be like, damn, I understand why he even did that, because I'm being very disrespectful. So I'll take one for the team and not even have to say nothing about that.
You're blanking.
I will never talk over a CEO again. Full accountability, not even showing your face off. Because you know what? CEOs know this also, and they do shit to see if you can be triggered, to see if you can even handle the job. So
okay,
you're showing them a part that they
take zero shit.
When you should be thinking above all that shit.
No, if I was interrupting somebody in a job interview as a CEO, especially in that specific situation, never. I interview people, not ever. Even if my interviewee was talking, would I be like, "Shut the fuck up"? That's so inappropriate. So the situation that you displayed.
Is it just as inappropriate as you?
That's not a good, because it's not even appropriate in that scenario. As a CEO, right? Let's say I'm interrupting them. They, in a position like that, they please stop interrupting me. That's how you talk to people below you. You don't talk to them like, "Shut the fuck up." That's not how you talk to people.
How do you know that?
And if you do talk to people like that as a leader, you're not a good leader. You're not. And you're not gonna convince me any different. I've fucked with those leaders. I see them. They exist. They have horrible morale. They don't have loyal workers at all. Those are the companies that have fucking quick turnover. You don't talk to people like that. You don't. Not respectfully. So. No, if I was in an interview and somebody talked to me like that, it would just show me exactly what I have to look for. If you could talk to me like that in an interview, imagine what you can talk to me like after I've been working for you for a year. Absolutely not. No.
Do you think he would even say "shut the fuck up" or talk to you? But do you think he would ever talk to you like that if you didn't interrupt him?
If somebody said no, and I'm not disagreeing with you that I have to hold myself accountable for how I put somebody in that position. Yes, I still have to take my responsibility, but that doesn't mean somebody can do some. That doesn't mean that what he did was okay, and it's not going to excuse his behavior for me or for himself. Should it? I can be like, you know what? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have been interrupting you, but you're not going to talk to me like that. That's still not the way. I'm never going to talk to an employee like that. That it doesn't matter. My employees can come out their mouth sideways. Okay, they do not. I have a lot of respect for my employees. Because I would never talk to them like that, So that's a poor example. I think.
You think? Okay.
In a business world.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, business world.
I work with a lot of people.
There's all types of business levels.
There's not a single CEO that's come in here that I've ever heard talk like that. I've heard about one CEO. Well, actually, I'm lying. Two. One business has been shut down. You can go on Reddit, read all about that dispensary. That guy got fucking.
I'm sure it's not by
him talking.
I'm sure it's not by him talking. that got him shut down, or say shut the fuck up.
No, but he was the type who talked to employees like that. Like, you're not a good leader if you can't.
But here's the thing. Did the
You're smart,
employees
you
do,
have a
did
larger
the employees,
vocabulary,
did
so you
the
were able to
employees
use other
do
words.
anything to make him talk any type of way, or does he just talk that way?
Say that again?
Was he just going around being reckless with his mouth, or the employees was coaxing him to do so?
I mean, in his mind, they were coaxing him to do so.
But
They did things, you know?
Thinking about it and knowing what you know, do you think they were coaxing him to do that, or he was just going around talking shit? Did he have a reason?
Yeah, I'm good.
Did he have a reason to go around talking to his employees that way? Was he giving
In
a
his
reason?
mind. Yes.
No.
Okay, he felt that they were talking shit
Okay,
about him.
I'm not talking
Yes.
about his mind.
There's
I'm
a
not
whole
talking
email
about-
thread on that
There's no
specific
people
dude.
involved in his mind. If you were there,
Huh?
knowing what you know, do you think he went around talking for no reason? Like,
No, I think he was
you're doing your
completely
job and he still
inappropriate.
disrespect you.
I believe that some people did deserve to be addressed and not the way that he was talking to them. And if we're talking about that specific situation, those emails were released on Reddit. There were certain things that he addressed on his employees that absolutely he should have addressed. But as a CEO with that type of mindset, should he have written it the way he did? No, he called them names. He threatened to fight them. That's not a leader. That's a dictator. That's never going to be really successful.
You know what a good leader is? Like, what success, and I wouldn't say good, because everybody keeps taking this good and bad thing so personal. When you don't even know what good feels like unless you do something bad. Or you don't even know what bad feels like unless you know what I mean? Like, it works together. You have to have it. So, the leaders that lasted and were more successful, not worrying about feelings, because that's when good and bad come in, your feelings. They were successful because they were dictators.
They were successful because of
Most successful leaders were dictators.
They were successful, though, because of respect.
Dictating. And
who are you talking about?
Ones, and you know what? Like,
Hitler was a dictator. He was technically successful for a time, but he still got taken out. He said Hitler was a dictator. He was successful for a time, but he still got taken out.
He got a lot of his whatever he wanted done successfully.
Never been called king or queen or emperor.
He hated himself and shot. He didn't really
Whatever he wanted to happen, he made happen in a huge, successful, in his way. He accomplished a lot in his way of doing things successfully. Yes, there's good leaders, bad leaders, but there's leaders and get their point across and are successful with from dictatorship. And they get more respect through dictatorship, because once you leeway up, I need to talk to this way. You can't talk to. Now you can't even look at me. Now you can't do this. All of a sudden now you're working for your employees. They got you stuck. You know what I'm saying? If you don't follow it, because a lot of people, on the rules it says, in the rules it says best job for you. There's no other job. You won't be successful without this one job, right? But on the contract it says you have to shave all your hair off. You gotta be bald because that's the thing. But you don't want to shave your hair. Are you going to get that job?
You blinked out at the end. Am I going to get the job? What did you say right before?
Are you going to want? If they tell you, in order, this is the best job for you, you'll succeed. There's no other job that'll help you and your family out. It's just this one job. But in the contract, my dictatorship, this is what I want at my job. Y'all all got to be bald. You got long hair that you love. You take care of every day. But this would be good for your family. Are you going to go bald?
I mean, it would really have to depend on that situation. If that's the only thing, are they going to talk to me respectfully?
Oh, no.
There's a lot I'm going to do for my kids, you know what I mean? But I'm also going to be a good example, and I'm not going to let them think that people can just run all over them either.
But, all right, so remember
no matter what position they're in.
Remember how we started off with, right? Learning the way of the world, but knowing you need your peace. But you gotta live in the way of the world because that's the way of the world. But you want it your way. You do have to take a bit of what part of this and make it your own, right? So that's like I was saying, you got a job. I don't want to serve you longer. I don't want to do this, but I get paid. And the best way to get paid, and the best way to get my way where I want it is to do that. Then some, be me above all, and do it my way. But success, like, so they can't do that. So you do that, right? And now nobody fucks with you. So they're not nobody's gonna talk to you once you show. Because who are you? Once you show who you are, that's when you get your respect. You don't get respect off the rip. Fuck you. This is the best job for anybody who wants it. Right? Hold up. This is the best job for anybody who wants it. If I say kiss my ass, but you know I don't mean it. If I say kiss my ass and I'm giving you 1,000, you know what I'm saying? And I also got your health benefits. I got you. But I so happen to just say shut the fuck up, and you can't look above that. Knowing the situation, look above that, and you were the one being disrespectful. You can't look above that. Just like,
my boss right now.
Hold on, I'm gonna eat crow this time. But if it's a consistent thing, then you be like, okay, you know, and I'm not doing nothing. You need to stop talking to me that way because I'm not doing nothing to you to do that. I understood. The first time you said it, I was talking over you, which I should never have. That's when you say that shit. But you got to know the situation at the time. A lot of people get emotional and fuck up their chances because they can't.
You're blanking out.
Slowly saying is a lot of people fuck up their chances because they don't want to be the bigger person and understand situation, knowing the knowledge of what can fuck up a situation.
A lot of people fuck up their chances of what could fuck up a situation. If you said anything in between there, it did freeze for a second.
I said a lot of people.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
They think that their emotions should matter in every situation when it should, and then they should know that already because they see emotional people don't really succeed. They get fucked. But when you know, level-headed, equal out your logic and your emotion, actually more logic than emotion, use your emotion to build logic, that's when you'll have a better understanding. And if someone if I was talking over a CEO knowing that this is my perfect opportunity to get a job, let me observe, which I should be doing anyway, to see how they roll and see me, let me shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to. I'm telling myself to, because in this situation, I should tell myself to shut the fuck up. But you know what? I wasn't doing that. So I was speaking. What I should have did came out of his mouth. So how dare I jump down his bones when I was being disrespectful when I was telling myself to shut the fuck up anyway. I'm seeing the bigger picture in this situation when I know if I move left and do this, I'm seeing it all at once because we have that capability as human beings, but a lot of us don't because they don't want to advance and be bigger than what they are. We're capable of having multiple thoughts in less than a second. I do it all the time. So in this situation, I know it's so good. He just shut the fuck up, and I'm in my head like I shouldn't even talk out right anyway yet. And I need to observe regardless because this is who I am to see why this is even going on in my vicinity. Me to jump out in emotion because shut the fuck up. I've heard it plenty of times. I say it myself. I taught my kids to say it. They shouldn't say it, but they said it. My fault. But in that situation, let me sit back. He said, "Shut the fuck up. Tell him talk it over. Let me eat this crow for a minute. And let me observe and see how we can change the situation by me just shutting the fuck up. Because he's a CEO and he's asking me to work. Obviously, I have potential. Let me shut the fuck up. I can't be triggered no more by shut the fuck up because now I know to shut the fuck up in these situations and I will never hear shut the fuck up from a CEO because I know how to eat crow. Tastes good. I'm the bigger person in the room. Always be that. People see that you emotional, you be emotional. So when they say, "Oh, female is more emotional than men," it's because y'all show that shit. Nah, I'm just playing. That's a rabbit hole we don't need to go down today.
Yeah, because really the person, because we already just discussed that the person saying "shut the fuck up" is also emotional.
Right.
You're using your feeling and using an emotional response and not a logical or respectful response. So you can take that job. I personally, knowing you as much as I do, I think if any grown man in any situation were to tell you to shut the fuck up, that you are bullshitting every fucking word you're saying to me right now, that you would not sit there and take it. I don't think you care who it is.
No.
But if you say that you would take that job, you take that
an
job.
example. I just gave you an example of the NIGGER. I'm the bigger person in the world. Listen, I didn't even finish telling. Let me finish telling you the story, so you can see the growth in a level-headed mind person. So this is what happened. I'm drunk. You ain't even supposed to be level-headed when you're drunk. Walking down there, some dude just says, "Look at these NIGGs, right? They all they about to." I'm thinking already, fight, because that word, this shit means nothing to me. I'm a god. You know what I'm saying? And my friends are acting up. That goes to show what friends I'm hanging out with. Huh? Dog, he just calling names. Who cares? Y'all go to the bar. We about to have a good time. We got money. Get it. Been there. I turn back around. My man, is there a reason why you call us that name? Do you know the definition, the true definition of that? But no, it doesn't. It means ignorance, be honest with you. And right now you're being niggardly. So anyone who's using that word, and we never said nothing to you, we're having a great time right here, talking just like this. We're having a great time walking by you. You're a man just like I'm a man. I never done nothing to you, so why even call us out our names? So you know what? I wish you a good day, my son. In that situation, he didn't have a job. He didn't have no job with success. No, wait. Don't make every situation the same. So like I said, in that situation, I'm giving him knowledge as a bigger person. I'm the CEO in this motherfucker. So guess what? He did while I was talking. Guess what he did while I was talking? Shut the fuck up. And then when him shut the fuck up, he learned that I'm a great person. I learned a lot about him. We exchanged numbers. We went there and had a great time. Good dude. He don't even know why he said that word.
Good.
Look what I created.
I'm happy to hear that.
I agree.
But yes, you adjust.
You call me this. I'm not ignorant.
No, that's not exactly. You weren't ignorant with your response, which is why somebody listened to you. If you turned around and you were like, "Yo, go fuck yourself," like your friends, those dudes weren't listening to your friends because their response was also ignorant to his ignorance.
But also with the response to the situation you're in, there's situations, certain times and places for things. Everything has to be used at once. We can't be blind.
I'm never going to agree with you that a CEO should be telling somebody to shut the fuck up.
I've heard it plenty of times.
Why not? You should be. But I'm saying, all right, like I explained the situation though. You in a facility of the CEO that wants to hire you for the best position, best dollar. He wants to see your best behavior. You talking over the CEO when he's trying to give you knowledge of the job that he's about to give you. But you talking over him. You know that talking over people isn't a good thing because you don't get the proper knowledge of what people are really saying. And it's kind of disrespectful. Really disrespectful. Right? You're the one that's starting the shit. So how dare you think that you could give out some disrespect and not get it back? So if you know this, that's when you eat crow. I disrespected. I got this. When you're bad, bad shit happens. When you're good, good shit happens. If I tell you shut the fuck up, expect to get knocked the fuck out. That's what I'm saying. You started the war. He responded to it. But you were so triggered that you were like, oh, you don't talk to me this way. No, you started this war. You're going to get that. You should know that. You go through life that way all day long. You give out dumb shit, you get dumb shit. Mm-hmm. He got the CEO by learning that shit. That's why he's able to say, shut the fuck up. Because I'm a CEO. And obviously I'm telling you this because I'm a CEO.
You can still make that argument. Listening to you, but I don't agree with you. And
that's why a lot of people can't communicate.
Because I don't agree with you?
No, because they get triggered. You cannot agree with me. That's fine. But you don't agree, but you're not seeing what I'm saying. People are starting wars. People are starting wars, but
are either one of you working your way up the corporate ladder? It's not a real question.
How do you get full knowledge of understanding when you're triggered, though?
Say that again. How do I get knowledge of understanding what?
How can one person get full knowledge of what's going on if they get triggered? How are they supposed to get full knowledge of a person or anything that's going on in the room if they get triggered? Because once the emotion starts, you don't listen, or you don't even get, you're emotional, so you didn't get it in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I said before,
you can't control a room if you're emotional.
what I can decide is whether I'm going to participate in your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm deciding, right? I am building my way up a corporate ladder. Like I am in offices and I deal with these people all the time,
Right.
and I've run across people that you're talking about, and I don't work for those people. I left working for those people.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I will not agree with you, and that's fine that we disagree. I don't think you should be talking to people like that at all, but especially in an interview. I feel like that's a very toxic work environment. That whether you are some people get power handed to them, and that's how they feel they can talk to people. You know, like when your friend was saying that it comes easy to some people and you'll get to where you want faster when you're like born with a silver spoon. I feel like the guy you're talking about that's in the interview is like, shut the fuck up. That dude's dad owns the company. You know what I mean? Where the man who worked his way up, he was not able to talk to people that way because he worked his way up and he's earned his respect in that fashion. So that's how I see it.
I agree in a small situation that could happen, but I'm able to say that shit to people and there's not no backlash like that because of the way I say it. And when I say it, how I say it.
Shut the fuck up and nobody's going to say anything.
No, I'm just saying, no. But the response.
You're like, shut the fuck up. And you're like, all right.
That's the thing.
Nah, because a lot of people get triggered. They say, you know what I'm saying? But that's also.
I'm not going to disagree
that goes
with
to
you
see
on how
who's
you
who.
say it.
But that goes to see who's who
I'm not going
also.
to disagree with you on how you say it and situational. If we're at the bar and I say something fucking stupid and you're like, shut the fuck up, right? That's not the same as me being in an interview and somebody telling me to shut the fuck up.
I dig it, but you're not getting the biggest point of what I was saying. That's why I used interview, CEO, listening, triggers. Because in a certain situation, I'm saying, I also said that you're the best for this job. This is the best to make sure your family is golden. Yes, we got pride. Yep, we build our pride. But when have you learned to eat crow? Are you gonna yell at everybody all the time? I'm Superwoman, nobody can talk about. You're gonna just jump to everybody all the time. You gotta know when to eat crow, when not to.
Wait, no, it's more or less when you gotta eat shit.
Same shit. Crow? Oh yeah, well, same shit. Because we are in the US. Shit. It's not crow, it's shit. Well, it's dressed up like crow.
Yeah.
But it tastes like shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We do this on a daily basis. That's what actually helps us learn situations. Mm-hmm. So what I was saying is this: how come we couldn't learn our situations, and in this situation, you have you're in a position for success, right? You started this thing that made this happen, right? Quick accountability is your crow to eat, right? But you're like, nah. Mm-hmm. If you're willing to leave and not understand your fault in the situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would act out and be like, oh, I don't need this. And then risk, I got to work even harder to get my family apartment. You might do it. Yeah, good. But right then and there, all you had to do was understand what you did in that situation, and that's a full accountability, and that would have worked for you anyway. Right then and there, accountability, because when you make an action, when you make an emotional decision right away, you're not holding no accountability. You're not even thinking. You're not trying to be above the room at all. All you're doing is showing your emotion, and you lost chances that you don't even understand.
No, but you do still have to have standards as a person.
Your standard shows in you. And how
have
much
to have standards as a person.
How big you are in your situations. Your standards show how they are in situations and how you can handle them also.
Correct.
If your standards lower if you go through a situation, you're emotional about it. I believe that your standards will lower if you're emotional about every situation that comes up and you losing out on opportunities because, I don't fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? We all know that we did that and then got our money or got a better opportunity and then built our own, like you got your own business now, built our own. We had to shut up and build our own, but we had to deal with the crow. And then take that emotion.
Have I had to do things
bigger
that
logic,
I didn't like? Yeah. I've had to do things I didn't like, of course.
Okay.
I still, I'm not going to agree with you that a leader should talk to people like that. Yeah.
Listen,
you can use another example of when somebody can use shut the fuck up.
Words. You put
Because it
words
started with us talking about mothers and fathers talking together.
All right. Yes.
No, I'm not putting any words in your mouth.
Right, so
I'm saying it started with us talking about mothers and fathers talking
Are you
about
not seeing the bigger picture?
That's completely different than a CEO.
They're all the same situations.
They're not. We literally just talking about unaliving somebody two different ways is not the same situation.
You take a human being and in a conversation. That's all I just said. I just put names to the people. And that's what changed your whole mind about the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is this: communication between people and knowing yourself in all situations and to have a better conversation. So this is what I'm saying. If you're missing out on an opportunity to save your family with smooth ease by you eating crow that one time because you're the one that made the mistake and you got the response that you deserved, you eating crow that one time, you would have a smooth life for your family. Now, that's the CEO in the fucking workers situation. Now let's go to the father and the mother.
Did you
Fuck
get the
how you feel. Hold up. Fuck how you feel. Fuck how you feel about me. It ain't about me and you. We got rid of us already. But in the meantime, between your leg time, we made a baby. And that's all that's important. We also got our lives. Listen, that's the father. He does try. He goes through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Why he goes through shit? Let me find out why he goes through a lot of shit. Because guess what? He's the father of my child. I want my child to have a better life. I know structure. Structure takes father and mother working together. This, working together. If you're not willing to work, yes, sorry. Mothers, don't work with the father that don't want to work with you. Don't do it. But if you see a father that's trying to work and he has a life that you know what I mean? We're all different. He's going through life differently as you are. We're separate, so we're living our separate lives. We're not together because if we were together, we could live together lives and figure it out quicker together because we're together. Because we're living together. We're still working on a relationship. If we're apart, I still have my own shit. You have your own shit.
Yep.
Right? You just wanted to keep the kids to yourself. Okay. You wanted that responsibility. You could have been like, hey, you take the kids, let me go out. You could have did that, but no. You want to keep the kids. Your choice. And you're also a choice that you want to push me away. That's what it is. But in order to have a functioning home, fuck your feelings. Like when he says, shut the fuck up. Fuck your feelings. And know the bigger situation, bigger problem is we need this kid not to go through the life that we did because we struggle. We don't want to see it. We always not want to see our kids struggle. What we going to do together because we built this. I don't care about you jump into that white little room. There's rules to that room. Cut your hair. There's rules to that room. We don't kill ourselves in this room. It's business transactions for the kid. And we don't leave this room until that life is what's up. I don't care how you feel about being outside. Don't use your outside feelings towards this child's life because we should know as adults that you claim you are, this is what our responsibility is. If he's willing to do it, you're willing to do it, do it. Fuck the consequences. Fuck, he said, shut the fuck up. What's the bigger picture? That word ain't affecting you. Get over it. Like that's how you should go. You should know your situation. I'm bigger than somebody. You this, you that. So yeah. What, bro? Like, that's funny to me. You calling me names? You already showing how less of you are. And if I respond to you, I'm even less than you are because I let your low budget ass trigger me. You got your mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like God, you got your mind. I'm controlling the room. You got your mind. And if it's like-minded, we getting this shit together. You know what I'm saying? If you in like-minded, a room with like-minded people, there's no bad shit that's going down because we all understand. We're looking for understanding. We're not looking for, oh shit, he said this. I told my friend plenty of times, bitch ass, you do some bitch ass shit being a bitch ass. Most people be like, you ain't gonna call me no bitch ass. Are you a bitch ass? No. Then what you mad for? Why are you mad? This is a conversation between men. We talking. You know the bigger picture.
I feel like you're bringing up very different relationships. Because if I'm with my best friend and she does some fuck shit, and I'm like, yo, you did some fuck shit, that's not the same thing as me talking to a stranger. If I tell my friend, yo, you were a fucking bitch
It's the
yesterday,
same thing. The
right? I'm letting her know. But if I'm talking to a stranger, I'm like, yo, you're a fucking bitch. It's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. The relationship, the level of trust, none of that shit's the same.
So, all right.
Like,
So,
they are definitely much different.
So you're saying on the street.
The children of my children's father and my boss, I don't. If my kid's father wants to talk to me like that, I just don't want. I'm not going to participate. If my boss tried to talk to me like that, I'm going to tell him, no, he can't talk to me like that. I'm not going to raise my voice. I'm not going to walk out. I'm just going to be like, yo,
why'd you quit?
No.
Y'all quit on the fathers? Why'd you quit? Not saying you, but women quit on the fathers. Why'd they quit their job?
I quit on the father?
If they, huh?
Did you say I quit on the father?
Oh my, see?
No.
I didn't say you. Stop.
No,
Stop
I'm
doing
asking
this.
you.
Listen,
I'm asking you.
Wait, hold on. All right, listen. Even not hearing me, you know me. I'm not using you as a personal punching bag. I'm talking, and I keep telling you that I'm talking in general. So that is exactly what I'm saying. A level-headed would be like, he's not even like that. He didn't say I. He keeps telling me I'm not saying I. So he wouldn't say I. So he's always talking in general. So let's talk in general. Why am I going to be like, did you say me? When you should know I'm not going to do that.
I didn't say did you say me. I'm asking you what you said. It sounded like you said, would you quit your job? You quit on the father. I'm asking, because that's how what I heard, like you asked me to do before. Ask instead. I'm asking you, what did you say? Because that's what I heard. The phone blanks out and it doesn't come across correctly.
Okay. I agree. What I said was, they quit. Why don't the person that can't handle the CEO or the boss being who they are, why don't they just quit? If they can't handle it, it isn't for them. Why don't they just quit? Just like when it comes to buckling down and doing things with the father, they quit on the father. So why did you quit your job? You said it's not a comparison with your boss, but you have a life, a long life with that father. Not with your boss. You taking money. You working for money. You know what I'm saying? But this is your life. You working for money for that life, for that child. You're using your boss for your family. And the closest one in the family is the father. That's the one you laid down with for the family. So that should be the one you be working with the most. But a lot of people tend to work with the boss of the job more than the father. Mm-hmm. They picking jobs over father. When you could work, say you college, you did all this, you not even be able to see your kids. Now you working like a man. You CEO, you can't spend no time with your kids. Now you're gonna need a babysitter. Now you're a babysitter because you don't want the father to. And you ain't willing to keep your success and try to help that man for this is my shit. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens in general. It's selfish behavior, no conversation, no level-headed conversation, nobody trying to be the bigger person. Everybody's getting emotional as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying all of us do, because this is what the fuck we're used to. You adapt to what you're used to. And if we're all emotional, all triggered and jump out, we're not used to logical conversation. We're not used to having a level-headed conversation because everybody wants to jump out. And that's why I don't like talking to people, because I should be able to talk like a free-spirited, freedom of speech. Everybody, the Constitution, but you're not willing to even have a conversation with somebody who's just saying, bitch, this, fuck that. That's regular fucking talk. The bigger picture, why are you even talking to me anyway? It's for this? Okay, but you happen to say a couple words in between? Go ahead, that's where you talk. I'm coming to an understanding because I want to understand what you're really saying. I don't give a fuck about the words because you're not punching me in my face. You're not threatening my life. You just
talking with you and talking at you, I believe, are different.
Okay, if you're talking over me and I keep trying to talk and you see me trying to talk, knowing I should be the one talking, you shouldn't be talking, and all of a sudden, because you keep talking, interrupting the CEO, shut the fuck up. And I didn't yell it, shut the fuck up, but I said, shut the fuck up. I kept doing it though. Every time I said shut the fuck up. Because it is about body language also, and the hands. Please. What is this? When you do this to somebody, what does that mean? No harm, no. I'm good. I give up. Shut the fuck up. Body language. All you heard was shut the fuck up. Now, do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm you an example. I'm doing it all.
I hear what you're saying.
The normal response was yours.
And I'm just not, like, I understand all this. Just not going to agree with your specific scenario of CEO. I cannot. Especially as I don't feel like it aligns with how this conversation started. Children's mothers and fathers talking to each other versus CEOs and employees. Those are not comparable conversations. They're not.
Yeah.
There's more intimacy in one than the other. One is surface level and paychecks, and the other one
intimacy
is involved. Yeah.
Intimacy is feelings.
But neither am I going to tell me to shut the fuck up.
You keep worrying about shutting the fuck up and not your accountability. What made him say shut the fuck up?
Repeat it one more time. I'm trying.
We're still talking about accountability. That was the beginning, right? So since you want to go back to the beginning of the conversation.
I agreed with you on that.
Let me talk. Let me talk. You said I'm responding to what you already said. So don't say that. Let me respond to what you already said. So what I'm saying is this. The biggest picture, it doesn't matter, father with the mother, CEO. The biggest picture, what I was trying to explain was the talking, accountability, right? And the lack of communication because of no accountability. So that immediate accountability, you still showing a natural response to what the majority of people do in these situations that could have been great for them, help their lives out, all types of things. But they decided to not have a level head, have a decent conversation, and understand life itself and what they do on a daily basis. You're willing to think that acting out emotionally is acceptable because people allow this shit. When you said that's not normal for a CEO, which is a leader, a dictator, right? And I also had a conversation with you that dictators are more successful, right? And I also said that talking over a person that has the job for you in his hand, he's willing to give it to you. He's also talking and testing you at the same time. All this came up in conversation. Talk to you, test you, all this. He's doing this because he didn't get there. You're just making up. You said this. You made up how he got there. You don't know that. But you know that he runs.
No, I brought up two different scenarios.
Right? This is what you said. So I'm using just that one. So you said, oh, yeah, people are handing shit. Whatever. You don't know how he got there. That's not important. He's the CEO of a company that's successful. Right? A leader. Obviously, he's a good one because he's successful. Obviously, he feels comfortable saying shut the fuck up. With his hands up, he's still humble. This is all what I'm observing. He's offering you, obviously he sees your potential. He doesn't see no bad because you're sitting at his table, one-on-one, trying to have a conversation. He got you a position for the job. He's in front of you, the CEO, not the manager, not the boss, the CEO. He runs the company, it's his shit, his bread, right? He's sitting in front of you, giving you this job, opportunity, the best job. You decide in that time, this situation, this opportunity, that you should be talking over a CEO when he's trying to give you knowledge of the job that you're supposed to have, explain things. You're talking over him. Knowing that in life, when you talk over people, you don't get the full knowledge of what's going on. And it's also kind of disrespectful to certain people you're speaking to, right? Especially the one trying to give you the job. So the response that he has as a CEO, which I'd be frustrated if you were doing it too, because I'm like, I like you as a person. This is what you got to think about what he's thinking also. Like everybody always want to be jumping in their own skin. Oh, I'm so emotional. And I think about what's really going on around them. The gray areas, the positive, the back move, ups, downs, that person's feeling itself. I'm being disrespectful first, right? Like full accountability right away. I'm being disrespectful. His response should be disrespectful also, but he's a CEO. He shouldn't. I don't like it, but I should expect that because I'm being disrespectful. I should expect that because I get disrespected in life when I disrespect people, right? So I should expect that. I'm being disrespectful. So his response was, humble back up. I'm watching his body language. Shut the fuck up. Not loud, but I'm like, damn, girl, shut the fuck up. You respond, you don't talk to me that way, right?
No. I didn't say I'd respond like that.
That's what you said. You like, you don't talk to me. You put your fingers up, you don't talk to me. That's automatically a threat too. And by
I would say don't talk to me like that.
No, you put your hands up when you said it. I'm watching it's on it. You was like
I can't hear you. Hold on one second until it catches up if you're able to hear me.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you just fine.
You're fine. I don't know. You're on your phone, right?
Okay, yeah, I am. And now I can hear you. You're smooth talking again. Go ahead. Sorry.
So long story short, it's full accountability right from the start. You were disrespectful. I know you, I understand what you're saying, but to change,
I also
you were talking about accountability, and to change and make it better, you have to learn how to not even put yourself in that position. And also you did to eat crow in that position because you made this happen. Just like laying down with somebody, making a baby. You have to hold yourself responsible. I picked this dude. Now I gotta work with this motherfucker. I have to be shamed and have to shame myself, but I have to because I want a better life for my kids, better life. He's not that bad because I fucking picked him. But if he keeps showing you bad, that's when you can leave alone. But if he wants to be there, and you know his situation, wants to be there, things happen. You know he's a good dude. You picked him. You know about him. If he keeps showing he's bad, okay, you make a decision. But you know he's a good dude. You know he's capable. You should be working with him 24/7 for the kids, no matter what. There's the majority of people want to be emotional and not see the bigger picture. And it's not just about my baby daddy, this and that, whatever. That's why I brought up CEO. It's about communication in general, knowing your situation, knowing you. And if you know you should know that you shouldn't jump in. You shouldn't be jumping out anyway. If you knew you and you wanted a better you, it is not to talk. It's to sit back and observe. And sit back and observe is what? Shutting the fuck up. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I hear you. I'm still, no matter how many times you repeat the scenario, not going to agree that a CEO should talk to anybody in that way, even if I take accountability for fucking up. I'm sorry. Can I please finish? Because I just let you. I can say I'm sorry that I interrupted you, but please do not talk to me like that. And I think that you and I have somewhat of an established respect, right? And not for nothing, in this conversation right now, just a couple minutes ago, you felt that I was interrupting you some, and you didn't tell me to shut the fuck up. You looked at me and said, let me talk, which is far more respectful. So that's what I mean. You have a respect for me. I have a respect for you. And put in that situation that you felt that way, that I was interrupting you, you still thought that I was better than telling me to shut the fuck up. You still let me know, but you weren't rude to me.
Exactly.
Right? So which I appreciate. But that's the point I'm trying to make, is that when there's an established respect, people are going to talk to you a certain way. And any type of, so that specific CEO scenario is just not going to sit well with me. I hear what you're saying. I'm not going to be able to get on board with that scenario. No matter how many times you keep saying it, I'm still not going to agree with that scenario.
What's not on board with the bigger
because
picture?
I think it's a respect thing.
But with the scenario, like he showed you like the actions, because everything should be looked at. Words, actions, body language, everything. This is what people don't, the regular common sense we're given, the things we're able to do like this. So body language. Body language and opportunity, right? He's the CEO. They usually don't talk to nobody. They sit back, point to whoever they need to, and they handle. He's got you in the whole scenario I explained for a reason. He's got you in his vicinity, right in front of him.
You're going to repeat the scenario?
Because here's the thing. You have to look at, I'm trying to break it down for you. Body language.
I hear you.
Level-headed minded. If you say you hear me, it's all about the words also. You say you hear me. I'm looking for understanding, not hearing. Everybody hears it.
But I don't agree with you. And
you don't have
my understanding, our conversation, we just had that moment, and you didn't take the opportunity to tell me to shut the fuck up. You used the same, you did this, let me talk. You did the same body language. I heard you. I was listening, but you respected me enough to not tell me to shut the fuck up. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So that's why I'm not going to agree with the CEO telling anybody to shut the fuck up, no matter what the person did. I'm not going to agree with that. I think that's poor leadership. And that's just.
And you know what? I absolutely
I'm not going to agree in that specific scenario. So if you want to try a different one, we can try a different one. But I cannot agree with you there.
And I absolutely agree with you. Because I never said he should. My whole point.
I absolutely won't.
I absolutely agree with you, but that's not what I was getting at. The bigger picture is becoming small because of the feelings. It was about the situation. It's about the biggest picture was the communication. That's why I'm using different scenarios. I'm using father with the mother. I'm using CEO with the employee. Regular communication situations. To better your situations, instead of acting out emotionally, sit back and understand first instead of acting out emotion, which I did all this, we explained all this already, with the emotions that the majority of people act out emotionally, right? It affects the world, everything, those who do that. But you also have those people who know this but fight against it because of their anecdotal feelings about things. They make feelings facts and facts feelings. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Which you can't change. The fact is the fact. Your feelings is what you are. And your feelings is what gets you fucked up in life most of the time when you act out on them. And that's a lot of people do. So that's why I brought those situations with the CEO and what you're also doing with accountability. So your feelings overcame your accountability status of a level-headed mind. If you were level-headed, you would know to hold yourself accountable right then and there. Yes, I understand you shouldn't be talking to me. No, he shouldn't. But due to your actions, just like regular actions in life, what men have to do it all the time, accountability. When we do shit, automatic. You know what I'm saying? So in that situation, you're talking over the CEO that's trying to explain to you your job over here, how he appreciates you being blah, 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 but you're talking over him. He keeps trying to talk, you're talking over him. You know that's disrespect in real life. Understand, yes, he should not be talking that way. But you got to understand why you got that disrespect back or the consequences of your actions. And yes, you could. There's two opportunities. You could be like, yo, don't talk to me that way. When he's sitting back like, I'm like, I probably shouldn't be saying this to you, but you disrespected me. So how dare you think like this job is bigger than that? You got to have some balls. Sorry, I can't give you the job. Go back to where you came from. And I know you'd be like, oh, I'm proud to. But then you understand there's no other job like the one he's offering you for the smooth selling of your family. So the smooth selling of your family, you're willing to put on the back burner because of your feelings. So that's when I brought the father and mother, because that's true feelings right there. I'm going to keep talking. I think it had blanked out. True feelings right there. Instead of being emotional about you being in a relationship, and your relationship, how it ended, how it was, whatever, with the mother of your child or father of your child, instead of that, you come to an understanding that y'all both fucked up. Y'all both didn't protect, and you both didn't plan the baby. Y'all not married, all that stuff, right? You got to understand your full accountability beginning. And then, the bigger picture is what y'all created with the child. Mm-hmm. So we all go through our little situations in life. If we were a team and if you really cared about your child, if you see a father that wants to be there, but shouldn't happen, you may be a dumb motherfucker sometimes. But you know this because you picked him. But you know that he's a good dude. And he's there to try to take care, work with him, just like he would to you. You know what I'm saying? If he's showing you to work, try to work with him. I don't see anybody willing to work with anything they say they do. They don't understand that they don't understand. And it's both sides, men and women. People don't understand their actions, what they've done for shit to happen. That's automatic, like this right away accountability. And I'll be like, I hold myself accountable, but why are you still in that situation? If you did and you wanted to better the situation, you would see your fault and then you would understand, all right, well, you know what? Every action has a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
If you think it's okay to over talk a boss or someone's giving you a job and think that's cool, like it'll look good in his eyes as you being an employee for him, I'm already here.
Yeah.
And he will like, don't talk to me or even just not be quiet first.
Mm-hmm.
Or pull me aside or wait till I'm done.
Yeah.
Give you this interview, show me what you're made of. And you can come to me later and be like, appreciate you and be like that. I want to work here, blah, blah, blah. Take opportunity. I just like, I'm just as you, I'm a human being.
Mm-hmm.
Can you not tell me something about? He'll explain. Well, you made me emotional in that situation.
Yeah.
By you not listening, you talking over me. And all I'm trying to do is give you, you'll come to a better bond with that communication right there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to know when to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, just like you see an example, a lot of people are not willing to, I can't agree.
Yeah,
You don't have to agree because you're in a situation that you don't have to agree the whole time. But sometimes we don't agree with what we have to do to make shit happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna do.
You got accountability. You were there talking over the guy that's trying to give you a job, knowing he's trying to talk.
Oh yeah,
You quick to tell another person, or somebody's quick to tell another person, oh, don't talk. Yeah, I do it too. I talk over people.
Yeah.
I know it's right. That's why sometimes I try to help. All right, yeah.
Yeah, we all do it.
Try to hold myself accountable and back up.
Yeah.
And shut up.
Well,
Sometimes
yeah.
I just, what I do, I get emotional. I'm saying it.
Yeah.
People all get emotional and want to talk.
Yeah.
Because they feel as oh, I need to say this.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need to sit back and observe. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it out loud, put in a situation and presenting itself like that, because
True.
we all do it and it can affect the outcome.
Yes.
Of
Agreed.
a situation that could turn out good, but just because we're not seeing our faults in things first, and then sitting back, shutting the fuck up, and observing the situation, and sometimes having to eat crow or eat shit,
basically,
for a better outcome. That's if we worked on that itself, we would actually be trying to be better human beings to each other, and understand how we should approach and talk to each other, and understand. If I did get that reaction, I know that's a love. I know about this person or whatever like that. Let me find out why they're emotional, because this is not the human experience naturally. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So, people acting out. Nobody wants to have an understanding. They just pride. Yes, you have pride, but you got to earn that shit. Why should we respect your pride?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows you. You get your respect through who you are and what you show other people. How you are, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you get your respect for how you do and how you act.
Right.
You act like a shithead, you get treated like a shithead. You act like good people, you get treated like good people.
You get treated how you are, bro.
That's exactly how it is. How you show it and how you return it is how you get it.
Everybody, I appreciate y'all coming through. This is the Rabbit Hole Entertainment Show. Shout out to everybody who popped in. We got Nightish, we got Sean. I think you were jumping on the show. AP in the building. Anthony Holmes has popped in. That's what's up. Thank y'all for tuning in. Check out the show. This is what we're going to have. I'm going to try to do it on the weekends. Maybe on Friday, Saturday, something like that. We got more people that's going to come through. This is the dungeon right here. And for now.
For now. Yeah.
So thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that like button on your way out. And anytime you watch this video, because it's going to be on YouTube. I'm Jim Savage. My boy Eli. This is how we do it. Like minds, level-headed minds. Listen, final thoughts is this, because you can get your final thoughts after this too. Final thoughts is this. Stop working hard on other people's shit until you can work hard on your shit so you can be better at working hard for other people's shit. That's what I'm saying, because you're going to work with people regardless. You know what I'm saying? You're going to work better with them if you understand your shit. You know what I'm saying? Stop walking around thinking that you can shit in somebody's garden and they're not coming to go after you, because somebody might really love their lawn. Yeah. You don't know how they feel about their lawn.
True.
But your dogs go around shitting on it. But that's a dog shitting on it. They might have understanding. But you shitting on it?
That's a whole nother subject.
You never know. Different situations.
And
Final thoughts from you either.
Final thoughts is when it comes down to accountability, just accept everything that you've done. And not push it off as, well, this person made me, or I went with it. No, you have the option. You're grown. You have a brain. You have the will and right. You chose to do it. Own it. Run with it. And if it fucked you up, it fucked you up. But it's your opportunity to take the experience and knowledge from it and actually move on instead of being trapped by it.
Facts.
That's about it.
Good shit. 3 hours and 50,000. Now it's time to go party. I don't know what's doing. I don't party. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are out of here.
Night, everybody.
Night. Dig it. I'm going to try to play some music for y'all. My man Splat T2. Shout out to NL. Bow.
They said I was the OG, that I'm an ignorant one. I ain't grow out my youth yet, belligerent some. You don't